10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the podcast from Doug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
Hey. Let's go. Bring it up. Hey, that's right. What's good, people? You already know what it is. Listen, we got the long intro today. Okay. That's the long intro today. What's good, people? You already know what it is. This is from the Ground Up Productions. There is only one way to go from here. This is where creators meet, okay? This is what we do. Today, y'all already know, I'm sure that y'all seen, we're going to be having a topic. Today's topic is going to be everything about Kanye West. I mean, why wouldn't we talk about that right now, especially with everything that's going on right now? But for those who do not know, I'm your host, Lady Miz. This is my co-host,
Ray the Silent Assassin.
And this show is about basically bringing on creators, interviewing different creators, different legends in the game, different independent artists, but we also have topics like we have today. And we love to discuss different things that's going on in the world, period. And we like to educate our viewers at the same time. So we want y'all to get a feel of everything that we have to offer here on the show. Now, before we get into our topic, we want to let people know that's tuning in right now so far, that's pulling up. Share this live, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel. And sharing is caring, baby. You already know what it is. So let me go into my chips real quick, do my quick promos for those who do not know or may have forgot. Boss Move Chips. This is my own potato chip company. That's me on the bag. You can get that. You can order that directly from me. So Boss Move Chips.
It's on the way.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
okay. Boss Move Chips, yes. And you can go to my website, www.bossmovechips.com. Place your order. That is sweet hot barbecue. I have 5 different flavors. Anybody that's interested in being on the chips, you can hit me up. Also, we want to remind you guys that if you are an artist or a business and you want to advertise on our show, we do offer that. So you can advertise your music, your business on our show. We have different packages for that as well. And anybody who wants to sponsor our show, you could contact us and we could discuss how that can also take place as well. We are adding 2 additions to our show. One of them is going to be big shout out to DJ C, Radio Global, DJ Cisco. He used to do the birthday shout outs. So, and me and big up to John Hall, J Smooth. We always talked about how could we keep something that he did going on. And that was one of the things that we used to love that he used to do, because he used to butcher the people's names. So we're going to be adding that on. So anybody out there, if you know somebody or you have a birthday and you want us to shout you out, you can send us your name and your birthday and even a picture if you want. We could put that up on the screen and shout you out for your birthday or someone else that you know.
Also, where you from?
Absolutely. And where you from? We shout your city out too, if you want to do that. And the other addition that we're also adding to our show is going to be called the Artist Spotlight. And what we're going to do is for all the independent artists or whoever that's tuning in, if you tell your peoples to pull up, and they hashtag the From the Ground Up, we'll tell you. And we're going to do what is it called when we do the running,
raffle.
The raffle. system picks it, and then we give y'all a free promotion here on our show. So as y'all know, there's packages, but if you do that, you get free promo. You could come on, we give you a quick interview, promote what you got going on. So there are winners for that as well.
And I'll say this for artists or independent artists, the more people you have show up to put it in for you, the better your chances of winning.
Exactly. The free promo. Absolutely. Now, again, before we get started, big up to Al Mosley in the building. What's good, Town Mama? I see you. Sorry. So we have two joints that I do want to remind y'all before we get into this, okay, that we got out right now. We got Riding, that's with me and Lot Picasso. And we also have Click Tight, that's with me and Godson. Both of those you can find on all streaming platforms. Here is a snippet of that right now.
It's the remix. We going right in. Let's go. No shady biz. Picasso on the remix with Lady Miz. Don't hold back. Ride me like a crazy bitch. I pull your hair back. Come on your bare back. I love them freaky like where your underwear at. Keep on your pumps. I'm giving you what you want. Gotta be blunt. I grab him by the pussy like Donald Trump.
His mid-season can't stop the bleeding while y'all swinging. I'm bobbing, weaving, I can't be touched. I'm like a little angel, but the other side, straight demon. I hustle hard from the ground up, know how to get it. I don't kiss, but my shit tight, my click tight. 845, stand up.
Great minds. Everybody keep it solid here.
What's up? Yes, Karen, I see you in the comment section saying you do not see it live on Facebook. I'm not sure what is going on, but on Facebook and Instagram, we cannot go live at all. I don't know what is happening. So right now we are only live on YouTube and Twitch at the moment. So we asking y'all to share to the Facebooks or in your stories or whatever. We, matter of fact, what I would like y'all to do, anybody that has access to be able to go live on Facebook or Instagram, just see if it allows you to do that, because we're trying to see if this shit is a conspiracy against us. Goddamn it, you know what I'm saying?
I know I can. I'm banned for 45 days.
Oh shit, you might be was getting us in trouble.
Mine is something that happened from 2 years ago. They just brought it back.
Okay, yeah, they did. We're gonna be talking about that. Okay, the censorship. You understand? What's good, Sabrina? How you doing? So yeah, let's listen. We're going to get into this topic.
Yeah.
We're going to get into the topic. And don't forget, which I forgot to mention, we also got Tea of the Week. So we will be reporting some of the news here on From the Ground Up. So guys, I'm sure that you all have been seeing this circulating all over the internet. Kanye West interview with Nori on Drink Champs. Okay, this has been a big thing. Everybody everywhere is talking about it. I don't know if y'all watched it. I did not watch the whole thing through, but I did watch a lot of it. And let me tell you, it was some good stuff on here. I cannot lie. It was definitely some good stuff on here. Some of the shit that I might say might get us banned, but we're going to talk about it anyway because shit. I mean, listen, whatever. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But let's just jump right into it. So, okay. If you do not know, Kanye West went on Drink Champs, and some of the things that happened that they took it down. Okay, they removed it, and then they put it back, and then they removed it again. Whack 100 is speaking on this matter. He's talking about it and everything that's going on. And a lot of people think that it is Whack 100's fault that they pulled it back down, you know, which is freaking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So here's the deal. Oh, where do we start? Because it's so much. One of the things that Kanye West was speaking on, I'm going to start with Diddy. Right. Let's get that out the way real quick, because the other shit, they might ban us after we start talking about that. So let's start with Diddy. He was talking about P. Diddy and Meek Mills, right? And did you have that on here? Oh, snap. Oh, my God. I got to get that. Let me see if I could send that to you so that we could post it. But what happened is he was talking about them. And he was like, they're fucking feds, you know what I'm saying? They can't shoot nobody anyway, you know? And the only reason why he's able to go out there and you know what I'm saying, is because he was to pull my coattail, whatever that meant. I didn't understand what that meant. But basically, he was shitting on P. Diddy on Revolt TV, and that's puffy shit. So it was like, oh snap, like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was kind of bugged out that he did that. How do you feel about that statement?
He may have a point. You know, a lot of these guys is just they talk all the crazy stuff, but they can't do it. Now, if they're feds, I can't say they feds, but yeah, he got a legitimate beef. You know, everybody's coming at him, but unfortunately, some people who are coming at him got dirt of their own, or got garbage of their own that they should. Stay in your own glass house before you come into somebody else's. Exactly.
I just sent you the post real quick if you want to add that in there. So I don't know if y'all seen that part, but that I'm getting the easy stuff out the way first. So he did basically shit on Puffy and what's his name? Meek Mill, in reference to that. That's not it. I'm sorry about that. Hold on.
There goes.
Oh, okay. And I guess they didn't like that either. So a lot of people are saying that Nori is now trying to act like, he's apologizing. Now, this is where it gets crazy. I'm just going to jump right into it. He's apologizing to everybody because of the George Floyd situation and statement that George Floyd made. Did you guys, if y'all seen it, put it in the comment section like, yes, I seen it, whatever. Tell me your thoughts on P. Diddy, and also put your thoughts in there and how you feel about the George Floyd statement, because that and the Jews is where it get crazy. Okay. Right. That's where the shit start getting a little crazy, where it's like, okay, do you really have the right to say this? Why is certain things allowed to be said and broadcast all over the world, but other things are censored? Do you really have freedom of speech, or do you not have that? And that shit is a facade. Okay. It's a facade, and you can only speak when you are in agreement with whatever the masses or the people who own these platforms think and feel. You know what I mean? So that is the things that we're going to be discussing. Ray's looking for to pull it up. No, it's okay. He's going to pull that up real quick, and we're going to play a snippet of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Well, we'll wait till we get this in here first.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna wait. You can go ahead. Let me work on this here.
Oh, you're still working on it? Okay. So while he's working on that, my take on this is, like, Kanye West says a lot of stuff that it sounds like crazy. It sounds crazy. However, some of the things that Kanye says, I do agree with. Now, I gotta say this because I think this is so important. I do not agree with the George Floyd statement. I don't. I'm gonna talk about that now because I think that's a very important part. To say that George Floyd died from fentanyl, I'm not saying that maybe he didn't have drugs, or it wasn't in his system, or it wasn't something that was there. I don't know any of that. But what I do know is that cop's knee was on his neck for the world to see. And he was expressing that he could not breathe. You could see certain things that was happening to him on the ground while this cop knee was on his neck as he was taking his last breath. If fentanyl was going to kill him, I think it would have killed him before the damn knee was on the neck. Sure. Because when you look at these things and you look at the kids that get in contact, they tell you once that stuff touch you or you inhale it, I think that's like it's not setting on later. That stuff is happening at the time that you are intaking it, or it's in your system or whatever, from what I know, right? So at the end of the day, based off of the evidence that the world seen, there is no way that we could sit here and say that George Floyd death was from fentanyl and not from that cop's knee. That cop murdered him, and it was recorded.
I'm gonna say this with you. that whole thing with that part of it. And Kanye West is looking out for a friend right now. Candace Owen put out the movie. Candace Owen has always had Kanye West back in a sense. You know, remember she was there when he was on TMZ. She had his back then.
Okay.
So he's right now looking out for a friend. She put out a movie. This here, even though it might be negative publicity, is going to promote her movie.
Right. Right.
You know, that's all it is. It's promotion right now, even though it's negative.
Okay, let's read a couple of the comments that's in here. Let's go to Town Mama, and then I'm going to go on.
Town Mama put George Floyd made a statement. Is before or after? I don't.
What does that mean? I'm not really sure. I don't understand what that means. George Floyd made a statement before or after. I don't understand what that means.
Make a statement.
Okay, and Al Mosley.
Yep, all 3 hours of it. The George part was wrong of him to say, and Nori should have stopped or checked him. But the George part was said and shown in the documentary by that girl before. Yep.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let me speak on that real quick. Now, a lot of people are telling, and this is what I got to say about a platform, a podcast, and all of that. First, I want to state that George Floyd, and please just don't take that down just because I forget. George Floyd, right? I'm sorry, Nori. Everybody's coming at Nori, but let's be honest here. Is it really Nori's fault what comes out of Kanye West's mouth? Is it really Nori's fault? You know what I did in the beginning of watching? This was my first time really sitting down and watching Drink Champs, because I really don't watch it like that, right? But it's actually pretty good. So I said, okay, let me watch this. And in the beginning, it's a disclaimer. And the disclaimer is basically telling people, like, listen, we are not responsible for what people have to say. This, whatever the guests on our show have to say, this is their views, not the views of Sean Combs. It also states that this is a platform that they provide for creators to be able to come on to express themselves without any censorship. Okay, so this, to me, what do I take away from all of that? I take away from the fact that you on this platform that allowed you to come on here to speak freely, because this is supposed to be the land of the free and freedom of speech, and say what you want to say. And the minute that you say something that people don't like, everybody's coming for you. Now, Nori should not be paying for anything that comes out of Kanye West's mouth. Whatever Kanye said, Kanye has to deal with that, in my opinion. Not Nori, not Drink Champs, not Sean Combs, not whoever. I feel that it is totally unfair for them to come at Nori for that, because, oh, you should have checked him because he's always cutting people off. Well, guess what? I feel like some other people feel. This is a platform. I don't care. Let's keep it all the way real. Everybody cares about numbers. You don't think that Nori took this interview?
Oh my God, my ears.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm loud. I'm sorry, you know I get hype. You don't think that Nori took this interview because he knew that his numbers was going to be good? Now let's be honest here. They did win the podcast. They won the award, right? So he's doing great. Everybody knows Drink Champs and they doing great, right? Everybody knows certain platforms that's doing great. But why the hell is an individual paying for something that somebody say? He took it because he knew that we will be talking about it now. He knew that Kanye was going to say some crazy shit and it's going to boost his numbers up. Okay? Now, they took it was up again. They took it down. It was up again. They took it down. Whack 100 basically said, let's play the video and then I'm gonna get to y'all comments. Let's play what Whack 100 said about Nori. Because Nori went on the Breakfast Club as well too. And when he went on the Breakfast Club, he apologized. Now I know he apologized for George Floyd. I don't know if he apologized for the Jews, but anyway, you ready for the video?
Yep.
All right, let's play that video.
Nori, fuck with you, bro. But I just heard that Breakfast Club shit. Nah, bro, we street niggas, bro. We know what we doing, what we doing. That's one thing about us, Nori. And I fuck with you, but what you can't do is act like you wasn't hearing what you was hearing and act like you had a problem with it when you was hearing it Because we know you didn't have a problem with it. You didn't even have a problem with the nigga calling Puff a fed, nigga, and that's on Revolt, nigga. Like, that's Puff Network. But nigga, if you gonna fuck with Ye, bro. We all disagree and agree with some shit Ye says. You know what I'm saying? And that's just our personal opinion. But all the apologies to the family and all this shit, like you all of a sudden anti-Ye, that ain't gangster, homie. No, you a stand-up dude, bro. Just simply say you let that man do his interview because it's Kanye West, it's Ye, right? You didn't want him to walk out because in the same token, I just went and checked. If you that emotional about this shit, why is it still up? You still reaping the benefits of the views, bro, if it's that serious. Like, bro, don't play off into the politics, bro. Stand on your square like you always did, bro.
Yeah, I don't agree with a lot of what WAC 100 say, but that right there I do. Because I honestly, before this started having all the controversy it had, Nori was actually bragging that his show beat out the NFL in views.
And, you know? and that's what I'm saying. And then we're going to get to your comments in a minute. And guys, we're going to open up the phone lines. If you guys want to call in and voice your opinion, you can always just put it in the chat. But if you want to call in, we're going to open up the phone lines as well. But again, he did leave it up. It was taken down at first, and then it went back up. And then they pulled it back down. So, of course, he's going to care about the views. Why do you think he did the interview in the first place? Let's be all the way clear here. Everybody cares about their views, especially people in positions like that who have high positions. They're already up. They don't want to come down. They don't want to come down, right? So, of course, they're going to want to keep up a certain level. And how do you do that? You do that by having people like Kanye West on there, because you know that he's going to say stuff that's going to get everybody talking. Now, you know, man, look, let's just go to the comments. Let's go to the comments, y'all. Big shout out to Grant Body P from the UK, repping for you hip hop. Make sure y'all check him out. That's my brother from the UK doing big things over there. Yes. We gonna start with this one.
Okay. We're gonna start with Grand Body P saying he didn't see it, but he heard about it. As a journalist himself, he learned a lot today. It wasn't Noriega's fault, but he did own up to responsibility. Big up to Noriega. Okay. I don't know if I agree with that. He only responded to the negativity. That's what it was.
And guess what? They drink it. They know what they there for.
That's what he blamed it on. He blamed it on drinking.
Right, and he was drunk, but he's been drunk before, and we know this. We know this. This is what the show is about. It's about drinking, smoking, and getting them to the point where they're comfortable, where they don't give a damn about what they got to say. But Kanye West is like that, whether he's drunk or sober. So the next one, Nobly. You could just do whatever.
Al Mosley said, not blaming Nori, but I respect him and what he does. Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, he just should have did it with it. I wouldn't apologize. It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't think he should have apologized either. I do think he should have apologized for the George Floyd.
No.
And let me. Well, what he could have said, in my opinion, is, listen, I don't agree with the views of what you're saying. I respect however you feel, whatever y'all choose to accept as truth, that's your truth. But I disagree with that. I mean, that's just my opinion.
I'm going to say this, right? It's not like Drink Champs, and that's what people are making Drink Champs to be. They're not Fox News. They're not CNN. They're not there to check somebody on their facts. Right. And that's what Nori should have been. It's like, this is not my job. He came on here to talk. I let him talk.
Right. Exactly.
That is what it is. I'm not going to apologize for letting that man say what he is. I don't agree with it.
And they said that in the beginning of the show. There was a disclaimer, so I don't know.
Okay. That was put up there after.
Grand Body P said, I learned that. Where we at? Okay. I learned that if somebody talks greasy, you got to pull them up straight away. Right? Did I say that right? Mm-hmm. I remember I did that in an interview and locked off the guy from my IG live. Okay. All right. And then Town Mama said it would be interesting to get them on here.
Yeah, they ain't coming here.
Yeah, we ain't big enough for that yet. Remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good though. We still here though. We ain't going no motherfucking where. All right. Grant Body P said big up to Charlamagne as well. He done warned Noriega not to put Kanye on in light of everything that's going on. Okay. So here's the thing. He why not put him on though? You know, like Grant Body P, what's your take on that? Open up the phone lines. Let's see if you guys want to you okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you look confused. I don't understand that. I'm not understanding that. Like, why can't he see? This is where when we're about to get into the deep shit, but why he can't put Kanye on? Because he's gonna be Kanye and say what he want to say. You know what? A statement that I like that he said, and it wasn't on here. It was like, I'm not out of control. I'm not in their control. And that's the thing. I don't agree with things that he say, but it's what he feel. I don't agree with racists. Like I said on the last show, I don't agree with people who like to taunt their Confederate flags, all of that, White Lives Matter, all of that stuff. No, I don't like it. But guess what? It doesn't upset me because just like I have a right to feel what I feel, to think what I think, to choose what I like, what I don't like, and what I believe and what I don't, so do they. The problem with people today is that they want you to agree with everything they have to say. They want you to accept whatever they accepted as truth to be your truth. And the minute that you do not do that, they look at you like there's something wrong with you. They want to talk shit about you. They want to cancel you. It's all of these different things. But at the end of the day, you should be able to think for yourself and be a critical thinker and whatever you choose. I don't agree with a lot of shit that people say, but I don't really give a damn. Feel how you want to feel.
But you got to also remember, you're a different kind of animal.
You call me animal?
I don't mean it that way.
What are you talking about?
And I don't mean it that way. We're not those kind of people, right? Mm-hmm. But some of these people look at these guys, especially once you become famous and you get up there, your word means everything. And they put too much power into these people. They're not realizing these people are regular people.
Right.
And you got to stop giving them that energy. You giving them that energy, you give them too much, and then all of a sudden when they say something you don't like, then all of a sudden it's now, look what you did. Nah, it's a regular person. They're gonna say things you ain't gotta like. You're not supposed to like everything somebody says.
Absolutely. Oh, I think they just uploaded us to Facebook, guys. So if you are on Facebook, you can share. They finally let us in. Okay, we gonna go ham now. No, I'm only playing. But I mean, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Big shout out to Sonia. Yep. Shout out to Sonia on the check-in. We see you. Where was we at? They don't.
So we can read right now. We can read Sonia. Okay. She said, I think they're doing it to stay relevant. It is publicity, good or bad.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing. Of course, they're going to say things to stay relevant, right? But let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think that Kanye do what he do to stay relevant? Do you think that he have to do that, being that he's like a billionaire, one of the richest black men, right? Like, do he really have to do it? Or is he really fighting for something that most people can't see? See, that's the freaking thing that people are forgetting about. You know, now, I don't want to say forgetting about, but I'm just saying what?
Cloud chasing is a mother. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to say it like this, right? Mm-hmm. We made the mistake of thinking that these entertainers, these athletes, when they start speaking, they got our best interest in mind, and they don't. They're just like everybody else. They have an agenda.
Absolutely.
They have an agenda, whether it's good or bad. Their motive is not for us. It's for their personal self.
Absolutely. No.
I mean, shit, what we're doing right now, our agenda is, getting big from the ground up bigger.
Right,
you know, everybody who's speaking is speaking from an agenda.
Absolutely. That is very true. That's true. And that's why I'm saying, going back to the numbers, like Nori, you know, to accept that interview, of course, he might not have liked certain shit. I'm sure he don't agree with a lot of things that other people say on his show, but it's that person's view and how they think. So, but that George Floyd, I'm just saying for me, I wasn't feeling that statement, but I could understand other stuff that he was talking about. And we're going to get into that. Big shout out to everybody that's pulling up from Facebook. For some reason, Facebook was not letting us in and it just automatically went through. So anybody that's pulling up from Facebook now, make sure you share this live. Make sure you like, comment, and all of that, all of the above. Big shout out to Yellow Pound Cake in the building. Also, Mark that's pulling up. Jay Smooth, John Hall, I see you. What you going to say?
Shit, I don't forgot now.
You'll remember.
Yeah, I'll come back to you.
Phone lines is open.
Yeah, man. Let me put the number up.
Okay, we're opening up the phone lines, guys, if you want to call in and state your opinion. But here's the thing. So now what we want to talk about here, we talked about P. Diddy, him calling him a fed. We played that. We played Whack 100.
We didn't play the video for... Did we play that?
I thought we did. Okay, well, go ahead. Let's see.
I'm not sure if we played that.
We played
Whack 100.
We played Whack 100.
Yeah,
we just gonna play a snippet of Kanye West, but this is from earlier when we first came on of what he said. I think it's funny. He's off the hook. Go ahead. Oh man.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my coat car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the
Yo, I'm sorry. Kanye is always something to see. I gotta tell you, he is always something to see. He be going in, okay, and he ain't got no shame in his game. What's up, Kim Roper? What's up, Shaki? How y'all doing out there? Look, guys, here's the thing. As we said before, you know, and not to keep repeating, but we understand that this is a numbers game. It's a numbers game. What do people? Is Kanye West guilty? Is Drink Champs guilty? Is Nori guilty? Or are the people guilty? Who is actually guilty of all of this? Well, let me tell you. Everybody respects numbers. That's why Kanye is there. That's why Nori had him on the show. This is why everybody was okay with it for him to be on the show. And this is why everybody tuned in. Like Nori said, his numbers did better than the NFL. They care about numbers. When they give you a deal, think about the girl that did, what was that? Whatever the fuck. Well, how'd it go? The white girl that did the period, right? And then she got whatever she got. But she got all those views, right? It doesn't matter. Nobody cares about how talented you are, how smart you are. They want to know how popular you are. That's all people care about. So people will do anything for popularity to get people talking. So let's not act like that wasn't the case for Nori having Kanye on the show. It was. Point blank, period.
I can't say that they, you know, because that would be speculating that they actually knew what he was going to say. Now,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm going to say they all were kind of irresponsible because once he said all of that, the show shouldn't have went up. It should have been edited in a way where
why would you edit? They don't never edit it any other time. Why edit it now?
Because right now, unfortunately, if you don't want the controversy, they're getting a lot of negative controversy. Unfortunately, if you don't want that, the video is not up now. They can't even keep it up. Or they may not even want to keep it up because of what's coming out of it. So you edit sometimes you just got to be like, let me play the safe role. You don't have to. And don't get me wrong, they didn't have to. But unfortunately, freedom of speech ain't free nowadays. Well, it never was free, but now there are consequences for everybody on social media, because that's the only place it really is.
It's definitely consequences on social media, without a doubt. Let's talk, you know, I don't know. The shit is crazy, but I have 1,000 thoughts going through my head as I was watching this video, as I was listening to the things Kanye said. And almost a lot of things that he said, I really was in agreement with. We want to talk about freedom of speech, right? Who owns that? Is that a thing? Does it exist? Did Kanye have a right to say what he said? Or does he not have a right to say what he said? Should it get, like you said, edited out because it goes against what we might think, what the viewers might think, and what the platform might feel or think. Is this okay? You understand? Like, so technically, like, what's really good? What's your take?
I'm gonna tell you, like I told you when we were speaking about it earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Freedom of speech is a facade. Freedom in America is a facade. And like I said to you, I gave you the example, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the Constitution was first written, we'll give the example that gun rights was for everybody, right?
Yes.
When somebody decided, hey, that right, I don't agree with, they decided to go and amend it. Now, all of these rules now are taking the very freedom that was originally given to us away. I'll even go further. The Constitution was, everybody was created equal and free, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Black people weren't. And in a sense, we still aren't.
Explain to me that statement in a sense we still aren't. What does that
Come
mean?
on now. When you look at the way we have freedom, except when we walking down the street, you're automatically, hey, you're guilty of something. Black people in America we're guilty before proven innocent. You know, where in other, I've seen a thing where the 3 white women killed their kids and all of them went home. And you got a guy who did 3 years in jail for a book bag he didn't take.
That's crazy.
You know?
That is crazy. That is crazy.
And I hate to bring race into it, but I mean, if we're talking about freedom, that freedom is what somebody believes it to be. It's a facade. And at any point, somebody could say, I don't want you to be free. I don't want your freedom. You don't have, that's not for you to be free to do.
Do y'all think that we really have freedom? Put it in the comments. Yes, no. Do y'all really think that freedom is a facade? Like, I agree with you, because obviously look at what they're doing, and look at what they're doing to him. Look at what they did to the video. Look at what they did to Donald Trump when he was the president of the United States, when they shut his page down.
Exactly.
Again, I always talk about that, because think about it. If they could do that to him, what does that say for regular people or anybody else that is so-called underneath him? Right? This is crazy. It is, you know, guys, if you want to call in, you can call in. The phone lines is at the bottom of the screen. OK, call in 845-800-9095. You could call in and voice your opinion and speak your piece on this matter. Now we want to talk about, he spoke a lot about the Jews. All right. He spoke a lot about the Jews. Tell me your take on that.
Well, I can't really say because I didn't really watch the show to know what he said about the Jews. Mm-hmm. But come on, anytime you say anything about the Jews, you're gonna get it. Unfortunately for you, they're gonna shut you down. They're gonna stop you from talking. It is what it is. Because
they keep bringing that up. But here's my thing on that, right? It's crazy. Why is it? And this is the part where people, I wonder, like, are people going to wake up and see, like, what the hell is going on here? Why is it okay for us to talk about all the shit that we talk about? All the things that is in the music, all the language that is used amongst us, even with us, I got to say this, calling each other's niggas and bitches. Mm-hmm. Okay? All of that is always okay. It's always promoted. It's always accepted. Nothing is ever done. Is it our fault as Black people because we accept that type of language and behavior and we're the ones not standing up fighting against it? Is it their fault because they only really fight for only if you talk about us, but that's your job to fight for your people? It's not our job to fight. If that's what y'all want to talk about, that's how you see yourself. That's how y'all want to address each other. That's on y'all. That's not on us. You accept it. We don't. Right? Because here's the thing. They allow this to consistently go on when it is Black people talking about killing each other, murdering each other, disrespect, all the things that you see on social media, fighting, blah, 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 this and that. None of that stuff is ever a problem. But the minute that you say anything about the Jewish community, you are getting shut the hell down. Point blank, period.
And I respect that. That's supposed to be, you know. If we
can't knock the hustle.
Unfortunately for Black people, we sensationalize negativity, and nobody's gonna fight for us if we don't fight for ourselves. I'm not expecting anybody else to look in and go, oh, y'all calling yourself niggas and bitches on the radio. We need to stop that. They don't give a damn. If we're not fighting for it, why should anybody else?
That's true. That is true. That is fucking true. Big shout out to Doug Oliver on the check-in. Doug said, yes, we have freedom. And then he said, who is they? Who is they? They are the powers that be. They are the ones who run this whole shit. The ones who run the stuff that we're using right now. Okay? All these social media platforms is why we can't say things, why they'll take it down, why you can't do certain stuff or say certain things, and they have the power to remove it or shut it down. That's the they we're talking about. You know who they is. Stop playing. You know who they is. Okay? Again, you know... the power line. Okay, go ahead.
Because a lot of people be like, oh, for black people to have a voice so that we don't get shut down, we need to own our own, right?
Yes.
But we don't own the internet.
Very
we can
true.
put whatever we want on the internet. If they decide that doesn't need to be up there, somebody with the power is going to be able to say, nah, we got to figure out how to remove that.
Listen, guys, we're going to get to your comments. Before that, we're going to take go into our tea of the week, report this quick little news, and then we're gonna move on. So let's go to the tea of the week.
Okay. Let me move the other.
Gotta get my teeth right. I was eating popcorn. From the Ground Up Productions presents Tea of the Week. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is a quick little news report. This is Tea of the Week. You know what I'm saying? Ain't even nothing in the cup. We got to pop the bottle. Tea of the Week. The one thing that we want to report to you guys, I don't know if y'all heard about what's going on with Nicki Minaj and Mulatto. They are beefing, okay? It is a major beef right now. I'm sure y'all heard about it. Lotto asked Nicki Minaj to feature on her song Big Energy. Nicki Minaj refused. Then Lotto won an award. And then it became all hell from there. They started beefing, going back and forth. It was just freaking crazy. They exchanged a lot of text messages. There was voicemails involved that was leaked and everybody heard the voicemail. But the whole point is a lot of people are saying that Nicki Minaj never wants to let the next female chick come in. Just, anybody else coming after you. It's like it can never be nobody else. She has to be the queen, etc. And Lotto was like, listen, why are you beefing with me? Because you old enough, to be my mother, blah, blah, blah. It was a lot of shots fired. But at the end of the day, this is a serious beef amongst women in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Women in hip hop. They had a long list about all the people that Nicki Minaj had beef with. But if y'all don't know, y'all could go look it up, check out all the stuff that's going on. It's a deep situation. I think both ladies are amazing. Everybody know me. I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. I'm not going to get into the whole spill of it because this is just tea of the week. But everybody knows that I'm a Nicki Minaj fan, and I think Lotto's song Big Energy was dope. But I just want to tell those ladies that, they probably are so much great together than beefing with each other. Her, Little Kim, all of them, Foxy, the whole 9 yards, Cardi B, etc. But yeah, that's the beef that's going on.
Beefing. Yeah. I mean, she's been beefing since Little Kim. Every female since Little Kim, she's been beefing. Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
All right. Well, I like me some Nicki Minaj. So, all right. The next story we got is actually another issue with another female rapper, but it's kind of not her fault. Tasha K was ordered by the judge to pay Cardi B because Cardi B sued her $4 million. Okay. $4 million. She sued. Cardi B won. I don't know if y'all know. So that's another check for her if she could find the money that so-called Tasha.
Got like $1,200 in the bank.
And she hiding that shit for real. Stop playing. She said, you're not getting my $1,200. Okay. So she took her money. She hiding it. I don't know if Cardi B going to ever get it, but Cardi B did win the case and she is coming after that dough. So Tasha K, hide them that $1,200, baby girl. Okay. Next, I don't know if you guys heard, but I'm sure y'all know that Faith Evans and Stevie J is getting a divorce, and it's still final. Faith is still moving forward with her divorce. She do not give a damn that Stevie J posted that beautiful post on their 4-year anniversary. She said it is over, and that is that. Okay, that is that. It's a wrap. So I kind of feel bad. A lot of people in the industry, you know, they go through things. Boy, it's hard when the spotlight is on you. You know. Next, we got.
Oh boy, this story here. We got another story about Jeffrey Dahmer type situation. A black woman in Missouri, Excelsior Springs, Missouri, was kidnapped and held for a month by a guy named Timothy Haslett. And according to her, it was another woman that was in there with her, and they caught him, but she was in it. Yo, these guys is crazy nowadays, yo.
So old girl was locked up. She got away. The cops was not doing nothing. It was plenty of other women, just like the issue with Jeffrey Dahmer, going to the police and reporting that this was happening. They was not doing nothing about it. And now there's another situation going on just like that.
Not only that, when they found her, when she actually got to the police, she still had the chain around her neck, like the whatever he was using around her neck to hold her.
That sounds like some slave shit.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
And
so
it's worse when the police department ignore you.
Absolutely.
They said the people in the neighborhood was talking about it like, hey, the people are going missing, and they ignored it again.
Damn shame.
Yep.
But we are happy to hear that the lady did get away. So we hope that, you know, the other victims' families, you know, get some closure for this, and that he does not get another lady. So that is it, guys. That is Tea of the Week. And we're going to get back to our topic and bring on Lotto since Lalo is pulling up. Yeah. Let's go back to it, y'all. Give us a minute. There we go. Boom. What's good? Hey.
What up, y'all?
We got the Mel in the building.
I was in the car. I was listening to y'all. Yeah, y'all was making a lot of points. I wanted to make one point though. You know, that's the second time that Nori did that to Puffy.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, it is? When was the first time?
The first time was with Foxy Brown on his record dissing Puffy and Kim and them on Noriega and Capone's record. So, that was like a flashback for Puff. You know what I
mean? Damn. They like, but here's my thing. In a situation like that, does it really matter what they say if it's okay for them to come on and express how they feel anyway? Or do they always just have to side with whoever owns the shit in the network? I don't get it.
Yo, you know how this industry, you know how niggas in this industry is. But my whole thing is like it's kind of like what Wax said, yo, just stand on it. Nori can stand on it. Like, yo, if it was me, I'd be like, yo, I ain't say it. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the interview. He said what he said. Now, I ain't really the media guy. Now, if y'all want me to take it out, I'll take it out. Because Drink Champs is not really about this political shit. Period.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all that.
That was my thing, Lotto. He you know, to get on there and apologize. You know, he should have never. For one, you talked about how good the show did. Then to turn around and apologize, you kind of look. You know, you'll seem unbelievable. Your apology don't seem sincere now. It seems like the only reason the apology came out is because backlash came with it.
Of course. You know, that's why everybody's apologizing.
Yeah,
but Vlad ain't apologize.
Nope.
Why y'all think that is?
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. We shouldn't apologize either.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let me say this to y'all, and let me say this because I see Doug Oliver. He said, answering to my question earlier, he said that Black people damage themselves more than anything. I agree with that statement 100%. And I think that has to do with when I was saying about how the Jews say certain things and how Black people, how we address each other, how we treat each other, etc., and how they allow that type of content to go on as long as it's us versus us. But when it's us versus them, they shutting it down. They will not allow it. But what that shows you is how powerful they are and how much they stick together and what they will not allow. There's strength in numbers. Okay. And when you look at what they do, they have the numbers to do it. That's why everybody respect numbers. Now, when we talk about the statement on damn, I didn't forgot. What was I gonna talk about? What you just said, Lotto? Me crazy.
Oh shit. She's only drinking water.
Yo, go ahead and pop. Yo, this ain't drink chance, but pop that shit open. God damn it, pop it open. And point it that way. He pop me in the damn eye. People gonna be laughing.
Yo, Miz, I sent yo, Ray, I sent Miz a picture of her eating pizza. Did she send it to you?
Nah. That was not even me. That was not even me. He crazy, but I ain't lie.
Ray,
feel like she looked like
the girl looked just like her eating pizza.
She did though, I ain't gonna lie. But that's what I was gonna say. Okay, we talk about people apologizing and stuff like that, right? And this ain't tea, but the hell with it. He said, we talk about the people apologizing, right? But check this out. They own a lot of the stuff that we use. If we want to be, because I was like, well, listen, we're using
all the stuff we use.
And yeah, so I was like, we got to create our own stuff. And then Ray was like, well, they own the airwaves. Like earlier, we couldn't get on Facebook. I couldn't get on Instagram and promote the show or nothing. I was just
we would need our own satellite and they would blow our shit out the sky, just like they burnt down Black Wall Street.
There you go.
They would say, "Oh, a falling star hit your satellite, the black satellite."
Let me say, go ahead.
Before we even get to building that stuff, we would have to actually be a unit, even building that stuff. You know, they wouldn't blow it up. I don't think they would blow it up because the reason is not doing anything. We wouldn't do anything constructive with it. You know?
But Ray, back in the days when they had Black Wall Street, we was being a unit, and then they put so much money in destroying us. You know what I'm saying? It makes it triple harder for us to do it. Not making excuses for us because we supposed to, you know what I mean, by any means necessary, love each other, not kill each other, and all of that. But the situations that we all put in are very harsh situations. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that. And it's just like they know that. They know that. And
I used to believe that, right? I used to be hard at believing that, our situation is something that somebody else control, right? We keep acting like the black community don't have money. We do. But when the black, and I'm not saying everybody, but the ones who do have the money spend it on all the wrong things. You know,
you're right. No, we definitely we just don't have the like we don't have the mental. Like you see the kids wilding, the social media is making it worse. They you know what I mean, the music, what they saying in the music now, what they, you know what I mean? It's just getting worse. But they're helping, they're feeding that. This is by design. Professor Griff said this is what they was gonna do. 20 years ago, he said they was going to weaponize hip hop. They said it. He said it with the homophobic, the homosexuals in the game. He said it about that. He said it about how we would use it to kill each other, to rap about killing each other and doing it. He said all of this. You could go back and look 20 years ago. He said all of this.
Yeah, I know, but we still have the power, right?
Now,
we listen to it.
We do. Power is in the people. Power is in the numbers, and the mind is more powerful than anything. But that's why they're controlling our kids' minds. They're controlling, you know what I mean? They're controlling their minds.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But there has to become a point where we look at our kids and we look at these people who are running these radio stations, and we, as adults, check in with each other, say, hey, let's band together and put this out. I don't give a damn how my kid feels about it. And there's too many parents who care about more of their kids' feelings on negative stuff than they do about what's going to affect them more down the line in life.
I got a question for y'all real quick before you go on. First, let me just shout out UNG radio station. What's good, Boucher, on the check-in? I see you. That's my brother over there in LA on the West Coast. Pulling up, I see you. Absolutely. Guys, the phone lines are open, so you can call in if you want to call in and voice your opinion, or you could continue to put it in the chat. And I want to remind anybody.
Call me up, Pamela. Call me up, Kim. Call me up, Sabrina.
Anybody that's out there, we want to let y'all know the two things that we're adding to the show in case you missed it earlier. Besides the tea of the week, the other thing we're adding is the raffles for artists. This is going to be the artist spotlight. We're going to be giving away a free advertisement, okay, to an artist. You come in, you tell your people.
I thought you was giving away Ray. I thought you was raffling off Ray for a day.
The people who come in, if you want your you hashtag from the ground up, and if you hashtag that and we pick it and you're the artist or they in there to rep you, we will give you a free interview on our show and advertise your music. That's going to be called the Artist Spotlight. We also letting y'all know if you got a birthday or someone else has a birthday, you could send in their name, their birthday picture, and where they from, and we will shout them out on the show. Anybody that's tuned in right now who haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit the like button and share this video with people that you know. And back to what I was going to say to you guys, right? Tell me, when you think about Kanye West, Ray, I'm going to start with you. What do you think about him? Like, tell me your take. When you think about him, what comes to your mind?
Yeah, to me, at first I used to say, I was thinking this guy has a mental issue, right? Mm-hmm. He has mental issues that's going unchecked. But some of this seems a little more calculated than mental, because he's saying stuff that no mental person is going to sit there and see something. Well, I'm not going to say that. Let me put it this way, because I'm going to say it wrong, all right? Mm-hmm. He's not crazy. He might have mental issues, but right now this is more about just saying whatever it was so that he could spark something in people. Because don't get me wrong, outside of George Floyd and some of that stuff he say, Kanye West does have some really legit points.
I love Kanye. I'm sorry, I don't care what nobody says.
He just got to get from behind the people like Candace Owens, following those people. He get away from that negative stuff, because don't get me wrong, he has the power to change a community's mind.
Ray, you know what I think it is? I think he said something about George Floyd to throw it off, because he said something about the Jews, so he want to say something crazy, and so it seemed like he made black people, and you know what I mean? So he didn't want to just keep it on Jew, you know what I mean? Because you know what happens. You know what happens when you do that.
All right, so is that wait?
Look, Miz, I watched the show live. I was sitting here. I said, "Oh, Kanye, this is live," and I heard him. As soon as I turned it on, he talked about the Jews. I said, "Oh, this is gonna be canceled." I said it in my head. I already knew. And then the next day, everybody's talking about it. I knew it.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I mean, ain't nothing we can't do about what he got to say. Big shout out to Monique. She said it's up to us to change the children's minds. We missed that message. Yep. You're absolutely right. But are you finished with your take on how you feel about Kanye? I want you to sum it up, and then Lotto, I want to hear from you, and then I'm gonna give my take last.
I think the biggest mistake is to call him a genius. Yeah, he's good at what he does, but he's not a genius. And I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay. All right. What's your take? When you think Kanye West, what do you think?
Hey, y'all are geniuses. Y'all married each other. That's it.
Come on, no. Give me your take on Kanye West. When you think about Kanye West, what is it that you think?
Yo, I just think he's a smart guy. I just think he rants when it's convenient for him. When he wants the attention, he rants, because he be quiet sometimes too. But he rants when he wants the attention. Listen, the guy took over who else took over the fashion industry? Nobody did it like him. And he's still trying to go, and he's going harder. I don't know why. I don't know why his shit sell.
No, because he's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
It's selling. I don't like the Yeezys. I don't like it. A lot of
the clothes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. No, I'm just saying that he took over he did his thing when it came to the fashion thing. And who knew that kid that was trying to get on and rapping with Rockefeller when he was just doing beats with him was gonna be this guy. You know? Now, and I agree with a lot of stuff he did. That George Floyd comment, of course, was ridiculous. But what else did he say that was wrong?
I didn't hear anything. That's what I'm trying to say. So let me take
real quick though.
Okay.
Before he starts commenting on everybody else, he might want to fix his situation at home with his kids and his family, because that seems like his biggest issue.
Oh, that's a wrap. Me and Kim are together now.
I can't take. Yo, he need to stop it. Yo, you crazy. Listen. Oh boy, you gonna have Kanye come for us, Lord Jesus.
Good. We need the views. We ain't like Nori. We need them views, bro.
That's a fact. Yo, check it out. So here's what I think when I think about Kanye West. I do see somewhat of a genius, and let me just say my take. Do I believe with everything?
Ray looking at you like, who you think is operating all this shit?
Listen, can I please finish my statement? I believe that Kanye West is a genius at what he does. I think that he's so overly passionate, and because he's so observant about everything that's going on, because he got to the level that he's at where he is around these other billionaires and he see things for what it is, things that we don't see because we're not on that level, in that circle and in that atmosphere. Being the person that he is, he's fighting too many different battles, and whatever issue he has mentally, right? That's also an issue when he's trying to express himself. When it's time for him to speak, he probably got all these thoughts going on and he wants to articulate it in a certain way, but still keep it all the way real with how he feels. And when it comes off like, yo, he's bugging, he's crazy. But when you sit back and listen closely to what he has to say, a lot of that shit, in my opinion, has a lot of facts to it. Okay. He sees shit that most people don't, because most people is either doing one or two things. They're following the masses and what everybody thinks, because that's common. They're not critical thinkers. They don't know how to think for themselves. Right. And I forgot the other one. I can't take it. I'm so fucking forgetful.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
I would say he was a genius if he had all of those things going on in his mind, and he was able to say it without the controversy. Because a genius would not say that slavery was a choice.
Right.
But sometimes, Ray, I think it's a method in the madness, because of if you say some real shit, they come after us anyway, and they're not trying to make any black male leave with any clean slate. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's obvious. You know what I mean? You know what white people did to us, and none of them gets the slack that we get in the media. We only Harvey Weinstein got arrested. It should be a lot of them motherfuckers locked up. It should be a lot of white R. Kellys in fucking prison. Priests, all type of, you know what I mean? Come on, let's keep it a buck. Let's really keep it a buck. Like, listen, white people has done horrendous things.
That is true. Let me say this. I don't disagree with you at all. They have, right? Why the hell did black people say, you can stop now, I'll take over from here?
No, listen, you're right. Now, listen, I'm not.
This is what I'm saying. Let me say this, Lotto, real quick. Let me just say this, because I just want to address that. I know sometimes black people, and this is why sometimes we don't never get to that next point. We are too busy thinking about everything that happened before. We know that, and it's fucked up what they did, and it's still affecting us too.
No, things is done now.
Yeah, but the thing that I'm trying to say is we cannot continue to. It's like you know what it's like. You know how I feel it's like, and this is a shame that we can't even speak against it, because it's like, oh, you a sellout, you a coon, you this, you that. Nah, our people could do better. But you know how I see it? It is the same way how somebody could easily say, yo, black people got to get it together, stick together. We got to do this, that, and the third. But they can't even get their own household right. They can't even get their own family right. It's beef within your house. It's beef within your house. It's beef within your family. But you're talking about the black community.
Let me say this. The problem
with your family members. Come on, man.
The problem is not me. The problem is not me, you, and Ray. Listen, I see your family. Y'all are good. Y'all ain't out there killing people. The problem is not Ray, but Ray. somewhere out there. Yo, listen, the problem ain't us. It's plenty of us that's civilized. But it's the few that's not.
Yeah, you're right. The number of black people that are doing the right thing is a high number. Unfortunately, the voice that's putting it out about us in a negative way, we don't have control over. We do have, when you look at the neighborhood, right? The gangs in the neighborhood aren't that big, but they control the neighborhood through fear. And then what happens is it's nobody checking them. You know, I had a thought about it, right? When black people, when it comes to our people, we have money to change a lot of things in our community. The first thing we give our money to, and what we have to stop giving our money to, is the church. If the church is not giving back to the community,
we can't police our own community. Why somebody got to come in our community?
We can, and it's happening in places like Chicago. Tyrone Muhammad is somebody who's out there policing the community. It's not happening everywhere, but it's happening. First, when Miz said we have to look at the household, right? When we look at our household, before the pandemic, I think they were saying the black people in America spent $3 trillion.
Excuse me.
$3 trillion. So we're not saying that the black people don't have money. It's about where we're putting our money. You know,
and why are we spending like that?
Well, that's the truth. You can't.
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
You know why we spending our money the way we spend our money? Because over time we have been conditioned to not value ourselves and feel like we're worth anything unless we have the materialistic things that they say that makes us worth something, and it proves to people that we're worth something in the rest of the hood that we got this, so we made it and we're successful. So in order to feel that, or to not feel like, nobody wants to feel like they ain't got shit, like they a bum, like they this, they that, so they're gonna spend their money on things that make them feel valuable. So what does it go back to? It goes back to understanding yourself, self-love, knowing your value. Black people don't even know how to support each other in black businesses. Okay, look, even as
it's even worse than spending. People, we are killing over it.
Yes.
Here's the thing, though. But you know what's also not being taught? Back when we were growing up, there was economics being taught in school, right? What happened is no longer they like Miss said, they've put value in material things, but the one material thing that they're not putting value in the black community, don't have value in, is owning your own home, purchasing your own home. I've grown up with people who are still in the neighborhood that I grew up in, never left, renting. You know, it has to change. You know, when we start to invest in our own neighborhoods, our own, like you said, police departments, those type of things, those things have to change. We're still living in the projects mentally.
Yeah.
You know, no matter where we go, our mind is still in the project mind.
That's a fact. Like, listen, I'm good. See, y'all built family and this and that. See, me, I'm single. I was in the suburbs. I moved to the hood to save more money because I said it's just me. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I moved to save money and make money. You know what I'm saying? Because it was less expensive and I just could move around easier. So my whole thing is for different people, you gotta have a plan. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have a plan. Some people can't understand your plan. Yep. Some people will never understand your plan. But for us coming together, we gotta understand each other's plan. It has to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. And listen, if we can't, some people say start with the youth. If sometimes you can't start with the youth, start with the older people and come together and then break it down to the youth. Have we ever did that yet? We tried. Yeah.
It's hard. I just want to address Melinda's comment. She said, nah, Ms., this is from earlier, that she believes that Kanye West have a motive. Everybody always have a motive in everything that they do. That's why they do it, right? Now, at the end of the day, when we think about Kanye West, he always have a motive, but that doesn't mean that when he's speaking that there is no truth in what he's saying. Okay, because a lot of the things that he's frustrated with is the fact that, like, just think about this. JP Morgan made him take, I think it was $140,000.
Million.
Oh, yeah, sorry. $1 million. Not on that level, right? He be coming down with us.
Look, I was like, that's it for him?
I said, yeah, shit, he ain't got no money. He broke like we are. Shit. But
that would be, that's like a quarter to him.
I know, right? You can get that shit away for free, but they make it. Just think about this for a second. Let's think about this. A man that is successful like he is, smart like he is, he speaks his mind. He is a very rich and wealthy man, but he doesn't follow everything that everybody says, and he stands out from the crowd. He doesn't fit in. This big company is saying, you got to get your money out of our bank, right? So when you look at certain things like that, you got to question a lot of stuff. You know, why do y'all even care what the hell is going on? You're a bank. You're a bank where people put their money. And it's funny because his money's going to help your bank, but you're willing to say, we don't even want your money. What does that tell you? That tells me a lot.
I'm going to tell you
that
now.
That tells me a lot.
You got to think about where JP Morgan Chase really initiated their money. Their money, JP Morgan Chase and a lot of these banks initially got their money from slavery. It's money that came up from slavery. I'm gonna say a statement that Kanye made in one of his songs about our people, and we need to listen to because he does say some stuff in music. Mm-hmm. I forgot the name of the song he did with he was on a feature, and he says that we would rather do 25 years in jail than 4 years of college.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do 20 years in jail, but not going to college. I know this line.
I forgot the name of the song.
That was in the New York City, the Fabio Foreign song. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, why is that? Let's talk about that real quick. The reason that people would rather do jail time instead of...
No, he said, they do 25 to life instead of 4 years in college. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the reason that they would do that versus the college is because of the mindset that was promoted in the fucking hood. Jail makes you tough. This makes you this give you hood credit. You get street cred and all of that shit. People respect that more than they respect you doing something positive. You tell somebody, I went to college. Some people might respect it, but most people are like, you ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you something. I was one of them people who respected a lot of street shit. Now that shit doesn't impress me at fucking all. You understand? When I see people that actually be like flocking to people who got street cred, I be looking like, what the fuck? You know what I want to know? What do you own? What is it that you're doing to show that you don't have that mentality that everybody else was conditioned to have? That shit was promoted, and that is why people think that.
Miz, you remember when we would listen to X-Clan and Public Enemy, and we see how they was dressed up, and they would talk about the red, black, and green and all that. Mm-hmm. You see how conscious everybody was rapping. Why did they switch that up? We didn't switch it up. They put the money somewhere else. And they put all this drug infested shit out. They tried it with the West Coast rap, and it was still positive because we still had a message. We still had the same message.
Right.
But when they got into the drugs and popping mollies and strippers, this is exactly why I made that single. They try to turn NY to Atlanta because that's what it is.
Absolutely. I 100% agree.
They trying to make the world the same place, the black world, the same place all over, the same, and that's what's happening. The same things are happening all over, no matter where you go.
Absolutely. Listen, I 100% agree. We got a caller on the line. We're about to bring the caller on. So, okay, is live.
Yep, we live.
Caller, state your name and where you calling from.
What's up from the ground up? It's the Big Homie Madman UNG radio station.
Oh, shoot, Big Homie Madman. That's what I'm talking about. What's good?
Yo, I just wanted to make a comment. I love from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Lady Miz, Ray, Lotto, y'all putting in work.
You know,
you know, we got hundreds of activists in our communities across America, but they only hand select several at a time. You know what I mean? We got like a Farrakhan for Chicago and things like that through every city. I'm just making an example. They only got a handful of leaders or whatever you want to call us.
Okay.
Right. But on the internet, we got thousands of negative images, from stripping to skinny jeans and tattoos on faces, all that. Okay. So when you get a positive person, think about it. Okay, we guys children going up against the enemy. So the enemy never wants us to shine. You know what I mean? Because if we shine, then the youth is going to watch that and they're going to follow what we're doing to shine. So why not throw a bunch of negative energy in the face of kids? You know, even young teenagers or people in their 20s, because your mind really don't develop till you're 30, 40 years of age. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Okay.
This real talk.
Yeah, you go ahead.
He brought up a good point. Listen, there's politicians.
To let the people know out there, just my opinion, that, you know, to be honest with you, in every community across the United States, we're doing a lot of good, but they're only going to hand select so many. Okay, you got From the Ground Up, powerful, positive platform, but they don't want to actually open up the views hardcore for our people to see, because they got this negative one around the corner. No disrespect to like a Charleston White. They rather our people see him go at it with all these people, or throw a Kanye West out there, things like that, to keep us distracted from the real. You know what I'm saying? Because Kanye West really, like Ray said, he's very intelligent. He just make a few mistakes. It'd be tight if he was he would only get showcased to talk for 5 minutes and then they shut him down. He would always look great, but they would like for him to talk for 60 minutes at a time, and then you'll be able to see the slip-ups. You know what I'm saying? The president of the United States, Biden, we know he don't like blacks and he's dumb in the mud. You know what I'm saying? But they only let him talk for a few seconds so he can look good. But if he talks for a long time, we're going to see all the slip-ups. You got what I'm saying?
Yep. Right. Yep. No, that's very true.
Especially while feeding them liquor, right?
Yeah, big homie, man, not for nothing. You're a positive radio station yourself too, so big up yourself also, man.
Absolutely.
For sure.
That's
appreciate that. You know what I mean?
And we really respect what you're doing over there in LA, over there on the West Coast, because like we see what you do for the community, what you do for the people, what you do for the businesses, the black businesses, the independent artists. Like, you out there really putting in work and really making a difference. And this is why we respect you so much, you know?
I appreciate you. You know, I respect you guys too. You guys are working hard. That's why when I know you guys go live on Monday, I love to tap in, share, post, comment. I let my peoples on the West know about you guys. You know what I mean? I like how we working together here. We got to continue to keep you guys going. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to get your flowers what you deserve. You know, this conversation that y'all having tonight is powerful. You got a nice following. People, it's growing, and the numbers are real. Don't worry about the bullshit that they keep on putting on the excuse my language, y'all. But you know, these famous folks, like I said earlier, they're hand selected, y'all.
Yes.
Now, I know you guys already know this. I'm talking to the viewer. Not Lotto and Ray and Lady Biz. Y'all got the knowledge. Y'all gotta go on this. Y'all represent every time. It's the viewers that's tuning in to us, that's checking us out, that need to know. Hey, y'all, you know what I'm saying? We got these people in the community that's talking. You can go to church, the mosque, and you got some actual real people that's out there really putting the word out. But they rather have, I don't like to name names because I'm a radio station and I deal with these artists. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind scrapping, knocking a couple of them out if they got a problem. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep it black first. We are black folks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dissing nobody. I'm with my people. But it is such thing as negativity, you know what I'm saying, that's out there, and they need to know. You know what I mean? Like, let's just take an example, right? I don't want to talk too long. Let's take an example.
It's okay. Go ahead.
All right, like who hot in the game right now in rap? Just name a name, y'all. Give me a name.
Lil Baby.
Fabio
Lotto.
Let's take Lil Baby, NBA young boy.
Young lady. Now, she's very attractive. Now, she gets a lot of blessings as far as views and maybe bookings to do these shows because she shows her body a lot. But her music isn't saying, hey, young lady, you can do it like I did. I started off rapping, I believe, and I listened when I was on Jermaine Dupri's show, and I was a winner, and now I got a deal, and I'm doing something. But I believe in Coretta Scott King. You know, she has a school in Atlanta. I'm going to give me one too, Lotto. And I want all the young little black ladies to know, even if you're mixed like me, you still have a purpose on life. She ain't talking about that. All she talking about is DD energy, because that's what's in, and they're pushing that. You know what I'm saying? And so our leaders need to get to a person like Lotto to tell her, hey, she probably already knows this, but hey, Lotto, if you did this, you already got the fans, do this. Now, just because she's famous, thousands and millions of people are going to listen to what she said. You know what I'm saying? They steady kidnapping our talented artists. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they're kidnapping our people, and they're not able to do what they want to do because they're distracted with this stuff.
She's kind of.
I seen him shaking his head. I think he can hear me.
Big homie Madman, can you hear Lotto when he's talking? Lotto, say something.
Yo, you can hear me?
It's very low.
I figured that. I could tell because y'all was kind of a little bit talking over each other, and I said he probably can't hear.
No, I was just trying to tell him that the young lady, Lotto, well, you know, her name was Mulatto. She was on Jermaine Dupri's show. She's been out for a minute, so she's been kind of coached into the kind of style she's doing now, because she wasn't always doing that kind of style. And then, you know, if you're kind of familiar with her name was Mulatto. That's why Mulatto is in a mixed, you know, white and black, a mutt. So they got on her, and they made her change that name, so she shortened it to Lotto. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just big facts. I hear what he's saying with that one. I could hear him really low, but I listened real close when I heard what he said.
Okay,
he's right about that. You know what I'm saying? He's absolutely right. So what's the solution? That's the whole get down right now.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Unfortunately, I mean, the solution is going to. I'm gonna say the hardest thing is because, like you said, man, you got a decent amount of people who are out here doing a positive image, trying to do the positive thing. Unfortunately, the business is oversaturated with negativity. So you would have to be it would have to be a really loud voice to beat through that negativity, so that the positivity could actually show and shine. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. We can get on and we can get, like, Lotto might be able to say something positive or help the community, but a lot of these millionaires are scared of how much they will lose if they say something.
There you go.
So don't y'all think it got to be a movement, a big movement?
Big movement.
Guess what?
But so who got the money for that?
Who got the money for that? For what?
See, what Ray is saying, a lot of people don't want to speak up because when they speak up, they're kind of going against the ones who pay them so that they can eat. So when you talk about rise up against these people, it's either choosing, and this is where the I can't think of the word, sacrifice come in, right? Because are you going to stand for something that really means something for you? Or are you going to be in a situation where you say, listen, I still got to eat, and me eating first means more to me than anything else. So I'm going to roll with that first and jeopardize or whatever, you know, sell myself out or sell my soul because they're paying me. And the other place ain't. I'm just fighting for something that it is what it is, you know? So what y'all think about that?
All right, you got a good point. So here's what you got to do to that. Let's take it back to the old school. Okay, this artist, I'm going to use Ice Cube for an example. Okay, Ice Cube was the front name or whatever, and he wanted to get a point of, well, not Ice Cube, let's go with Chuck D. Both of them. Okay. They were the front face, right? And they knew they couldn't get through certain doors. So what they did, they reached back and they put out another group, the other group, to do certain things. And that's what's wrong with these artists now. They're not going back to put out other things. Like, you could become successful like a Floyd Mayweather, right? In order for him to go somewhere, he got 10 business following him, all this flashy, right? But when the black community is saying, hey, don't go shopping Gucci and all that, they did some black. Oh, I don't know nothing about that. I'm going to get what I want. Because he's surrounded by people who's distracting us. So they got to remember the street code. Okay, in the beginning, you trying to come up to get somewhere. Now that you up here, now let me see. Remember the back in the day, we get the light bill in our mom's name, phone bill in pop's name. You know, we would do things on the low, right? So, okay, I just made $8 million, and Big Homie Madman, they know I'm a deep assistant, so they're not gonna let me do certain things. So I'm gonna go get my niece that don't have nothing to do with none of this and open up a couple companies under her and have her run it. Now we doing things. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That way we can get it off, because people are forgetting the real purpose that God give us this voice and this platform. He didn't give us this voice and platform to floss and, you know, I'm a floss and all this craziness. It's cool because we kings and queens, you know what I'm saying? But you have to have a limit and a balance to it.
Absolutely. 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 There is, I mean, look, you do have to have a limit and a balance to it. But it's sad because I think it's just hard. It's hard for a lot of people to do that.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right, because people ain't eating. They want to eat. So they're like, forget doing a Black Power song. The Black Power, I'm only going to sell 3 copies. But if I do this Shaking His Ass song, I'm going to sell 3 million. Okay. Money this month. But then also take the money that you just got blessed on and give back to share the resources. You're like, okay, I'm going to go to each city and I'm gonna take this little warehouse that's empty right here, and I'm gonna build this right here with that for the Black community. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. By the end of the next thing you know, you got several businesses that's helping out Black families that's actually doing something. And they're like, wait a minute, we thought that you was just a shaking ass person. This person actually can reach back to the community behind our back. We didn't know. Damn, this person was smart.
Yeah,
you know we got to get on that level,
and you got to move in silence, because a lot of times our people, and this is what we got to remember, we always love to yell and shout, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and brag and boast. Nah, sometimes you got to move in silence. Everybody don't need to know your move, your every move, or what you got, because they're going to shut that shit down. Now, Lotto wanted to say something, I guess, Big Homie Madman, to you. So Lotto, just try to speak up, because I know that it's very low.
I'm listening
now. I'm listening to the homie. Yeah, he said all the right things. I'm listening. I'm tuned in. So
I'm gonna say this, right. In our community, we've had episodes where we could have came up big, and I'm gonna start with Jay-Z. When he opened up Tidal, right? Mm-hmm. He reached out to Drake. He reached out to all of them. Drake had the opportunity to really put Tidal bigger than Apple, and he decided to go with Apple instead of dealing with Jay-Z. So it's about that mentality of who's going to give me the money now instead of the long money.
I don't think Drake is.
Mm-hmm. Does that mean that, not to be clowning, but does that mean that Drake, he has to have the industry approve his value?
Yep.
If I'm saying it right, because a lot of us the NFL got to validate.
Drake doesn't have control of his career.
You know how Damon Dash is working with the USFL or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But nobody wants to go with the USFL because they don't pay as much. Everybody wants, I'm not a star until I make it to the NFL or whatever.
The same with Ice Cube. Ice Cube is having it right now with the NBA and I think it's ESPN, the Big Three. Yeah, right. The NBA and Big Three are going and he beefing with them, and he's not even at their level, and they're trying to stop him.
Right. I know why, because he's blessing cats who was only able to play for 3 to 5 years, and they still got legs under them, and they can still play. So he bring them to his league where they can make a little bit of money, and it's Black owned. You know what I'm saying? So I got where you're going with it. It kind of reminds me of the Harlem Globetrotters / the Negro Baseball League. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We always seem to build up enterprise and give it away, or don't push it all the way.
That's what I'm saying, and that's the key right there. We always build stuff, and they always take it away. We created everything, every music genre, everything, and it's took it away. That's the whole point right there.
Look at hip hop, right? We're gonna speak about hip hop. Hip hop was
not just hip hop, everything.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna speak on it right now, right? Hip hop was a genre of music that they said was only gonna last 10 years, right? But they took it from us long before they even thought. They was like, oh, it ain't gonna last that long. But they made sure we didn't control it, even if it was just gonna be for a small amount of time.
I mean, the people that knew hip hop knew hip hop wasn't a fad. I knew hip hop wasn't a fad as a young kid when my pops was telling me that. My pops used to get on, oh, why you doing this music stuff? It's just a fad. It's gonna be out in a few years. And I was telling him, nah, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? And then,
That's true. We did, right? We knew it was gonna last.
We knew. Yeah, we knew. We knew what it was.
The music industry didn't. But when they realized that, hey, this is something popular and they seen where it was going, what do you think these guys was getting paid next to nothing? Look who ate off of that. Look who's still eating off of it.
I got jerked back in the days as a kid. It was a whole bunch of people, white people around me signed this. And listen, I was making records for a long time. The first record with with the Locks is with me. So we've been doing it, and that wasn't my first record. That was their first record, the Locks. Mm-hmm. So I've been out before that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So this has been a long run, and you gotta love music. You have to love it to stick in there for this type of industry. You know what I'm saying?
That is a fact, because it's very, when I look at the music, guys, and I do want to hear every last one of y'all takes on this. When I look at the music and I look at how we are as a people, right? And I look at the mindset of everybody, the one thing that comes to my mind that breaks my heart, I say Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all the people that fought for us. And if they look at what we look like now, they died in vain, in my opinion.
Wow.
I feel like we are not representing what they put their life on the line for.
Facts.
I want to know. I'll start with you, big homie Madman, since you're on the phone, and then I want Ray, the Styling Assassin, and Lotto. Can y'all all tell me your take? Do you agree, disagree, and why? Big homie Madman, you go first.
I agree with you 100%, and it's kind of like the industry kind of buried that history a little bit, so our youth won't go back and study it. They go to school and march to school every day to learn the American history, their story, and they'll never focus on our story, and that's the reason why we're slipping on that part. But us as grown folks got to sit our kids, cousins, nephews down and say, hey, yeah, you went to school today and you learned this and learned that, but did you know in 1963, Aretha Franklin couldn't even live at the hotel, that she sold out the arena across the street, things like that. You know what I mean? Things like that. And it would help our community. It would help the youth out a little bit more to have a better understanding. Because that's what's wrong, I think, is lack of communication right now. We're off balance. And there's some of us, I love the youth because they figured out a system to get money and not worry about bars so tough. And in our old school, we were putting out good music and really wasn't focusing on the business too tough. And that's the reason why, like Ray said, these others are capitalizing off our music. You know what I'm saying? Like I ran into Barry Gordy about 2 months ago, right? And we started talking, and he's yelling at me about UNG. He says, you guys are doing good over there, but I want you to know something. You're fighting about 6 monsters in the industry. So I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, look, there are about 6 major corporations that run the music industry. You might want to sell 85% of your company, and you just keep the legacy and get your little check and let them do it. And they'll keep pushing you for life, but you still get compensated for it. So it really didn't dawn on me until I got back to the house, what he was saying. He was saying, I'm going to have an uphill fight for life going independent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I sold a little bit, the name UNG would keep going because that let them control it. Because he's like, you're very creative. You can go create something else. And if you got your check, you can go create something else. You know what I'm saying? I had to do it to Motown. You can do it. I did it. You can do it. Now, not to switch it on y'all, but, y'all can elaborate on that, from the ground up. You're doing good. I said this to y'all before. It seems like Puffy, no putting nothing on Puffy, but Revolt. He on Revolt. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Puffy sponsors a lot of these shows, podcasts, right? But he doesn't sponsor too many conscious podcasts. And you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know why, but it's I do know why. I'm saying, like I said, I don't mind knocking a few cats out if they got a problem with my opinion.
I hear that.
But it's all love. But we need the real people to step up and sponsor these positive podcasts so we can get some positive results. That's it. That's a solution.
Absolutely. I definitely respect that. I 100% agree with everything that you just said. I think that's very true. Lotto, over to you. What's your take on that? Do you remember the question?
Yeah, I forgot the question. I was so into what he was saying, I forgot the question.
No, it's okay. So basically, to sum it up, what I was saying is when you look at the industry, you look at the mindset of the people, our people, right? I spoke on Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, like the people who fought for us and died for us. I felt like based off of what we see now, what is being broadcast and what's out there, that they died in vain.
I don't think they would say they died in vain because people was dying before them, and it's just been the cycle.
Wait, hold on, I'm so sorry. Somebody has their the volume up. It's echoing back. I don't know if it's our show, but just can you turn it down a little bit?
It's the phone.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead, Lotto. Go ahead. What'd you say? So you don't think that that's true? You think that what they died for, we represent as a people today?
Oh, I don't know. It's still echoing. I don't have the TV on or nothing.
No, it's not you. Go ahead.
Oh,
you good?
Okay. Yeah. No, but I just think it's been happening before them. I think it's been a cycle. It's been a cycle with us getting killed and being treated like this by the powers that be and whatever. I just think it's always been a cycle, and that's what we're trying to stop. We're trying to stop. Every generation is trying to stop it. Every black generation is coming up is trying to stop us getting mistreated, and that's what it is. Like, so it's not. I don't think they would be rolling over in their grave. I think they would be like, nothing has changed. Wow, nothing has changed.
Okay. All right.
That's just what I feel from, because you can look at tapes before them, before Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. It's just been going on. You can read about things that have been going on before that. So that was slavery. We was still in while they was doing their thing, trying to do the civil rights movement. That's what it was for, because it was worse shit going on.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that's your take on it.
I don't feel they gonna roll. I don't feel they rolling over in their grave. I just feel like they like these devils is still at it. My God, we are not free at last.
Oh my God. Okay, so
if I could take it back, I'll kick some ass.
You is too much, yo. So Ray, what's your take on that?
I'm gonna agree with Lotto on the fact that I don't think they're rolling over your grave. I think the problem with this, and I'm gonna paraphrase something Malcolm X said, right? We put in our athletes and entertainers as the voice of our community and they have an agenda. So we are focused on the wrong people instead of focused on the black teachers, the black mothers and fathers who are actually working, the black business owners. We're not focused on them no more. We're looking at people who've made millions and don't want to lose their money.
Niggas is focused on Noriega. Come on.
Yeah, they are. These guys have made they've made their money, and they don't.
I'm telling you, I was in special ed. Don't focus on me.
These guys are. I'm telling you, it is. We have focused. We have a black community, and I'm gonna call it what it is. The black community. Like I said earlier in the show, we have made. We have sensationalized negativity, right? And then we have our athletes and our entertainers who come out and like Kanye West, no matter what Kanye West says, good or bad, he is the voice of the community.
Absolutely.
And it shouldn't be. We have made Kanye West, no matter what he says, the voice of our community. But we're not making people like Tyrone Muhammad, people like my son, who are speaking, people, Tamika Mallory, these people who are speaking to our community, we're not bigging them up like we should with the way we do these athletes.
That is so true. I do want to say something. Big homie Madman, you still there? Because I want you to
Most definitely.
I have to make a statement. This might be something that a lot of people are not going to like. I'm not going to say anybody's names specifically, but I am going to make the statement. Okay. I feel, remember, this is just my feelings. When we talk about some of the people who are in position that claim or that is, we see on social media fighting for certain things, I feel like a lot of them also have an agenda, or they're not like willing to kind of like reach back and really help people like they say they are, unless it's a benefit in it for them. Now, again, I'm only saying that because of it could be my own personal experience of me reaching out or talking to certain people who you would think and know like, yo, these people are doing it real big. And because I share the same views as them, and I'm thinking that we could work together or whatever the case may be, because they don't think that I'm at a level that would benefit them with numbers, they don't give a fuck about really chopping it up with people like us because it doesn't benefit them. So it makes me look at people like that differently, because I'm like, yo, if you're really for the people like you say you are, then why are you focused on that and not what the agenda is supposed to be as far as uplifting our people? So it makes it hard for me to really respect these so-called people in these positions. What's your take on that?
You're absolutely right. All right. Now, what you said earlier, a lot of these artists, once they become successful, they're afraid to reach back. They don't want to lose out on income.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A lot of people, I don't want to say, but people scared right now. People in a state of shock, they're nervous. They don't know what's going to happen, because us as black folks, we don't get hired. We're not hired to go to a corporate office every day and sit down and focus on how can we do this and do that. America is. They sit down in offices and they say, we're going to shut down food stamps in Birmingham. We're going to do this, but they ain't no housing authority going on no more to talk to. They got this certain little glitch that they can go do things like that. We steadily trying to open up our people's eyes, because we like, yo, man, you like the brother Lala was saying, people killing each other. It's been going on. It's still going on. And they might not be rolling on. They're like, damn, the devil's still working. But we do need a solution, though. You know what I'm saying? I might have to use a church term on this one. The Christian, they be like, give tithes. I don't too much agree with that part, but it might be tight if we can do in hip hop, R&B, the industry, to start to get in the tithe. If you make $1 million, it should be part of your nature to push something back, to do something for the community. And that way you won't get fined, you won't get canceled, because we're in cancel culture right now.
Absolutely.
It could be something simple like NDRE, right? She's fighting against the system right now that these guys that own Spotify are telling everybody, you got to make 100 million streams to get $1,000 check. While they get $100 million off some music that they do put out.
Yeah,
right?
That's a fact.
Rob. So, on that tip, I always preach. I don't like to preach, but I'm like, why don't you direct all the traffic to your website and you get all the sales, or you get more majority of the sales. I know it's hard because Facebook and Instagram got a bigger platform. You know what I mean?
Yes.
After working it, we can get it. You know what I'm saying? Just keep working.
You know what? I so agree with you. But when we say Facebook and Instagram, right? Somebody created Clubhouse. People are on that shit. You know what I mean? True. So I think that we could, if we just really take our times, learn things, and create our own apps and create stuff, then we could kind of bring people there. Because even like right now, if we play somebody's music, right, they could shut it down. They could say, you don't own it. You got to take it out. You got to go through that whole thing. Okay. But let me just finish this statement. But if you go on Clubhouse right now, I could go on Clubhouse and play whatever I want, and they're not even doing nothing about that. So I just think not to take away from the artist being able to reap the benefits of their music. I'm not saying that I want to do that. What I'm saying is some of the things that are regulated on these sites, we can't do nothing about because they own it. We have to know how to create our own. We have to create our own. It is possible. We can't say it's not possible. Somebody thought of Facebook. Somebody thought of Instagram. Somebody thought of YouTube. Somebody thought of Clubhouse, Twitch. All of these things were created. We have to be creators.
Can I just say one thing? That is the agenda is hold on. The agenda is not to let us have any media. Bill Cosby went to jail because he tried to buy NBC. Forget what you heard. They don't want us to own any media. So they wish me.
Sit back and say we ain't doing nothing.
Like I said, what
we supposed to do at this point?
Even if
but I'm telling you, this is what they don't. I'm just telling you what they don't want. If we own any network, any media, any satellite, then that means we control content. We can report on the real news that's happening in real time. They don't want that.
Exactly.
They don't want. Trust me.
You got one.
Listen. If they wanted, if we could have had it, we would have been had it. Bill Cosby tried years in the 94.
We got one person who owns a media industry, who owns part of the media, Byron Allen. He owns the Weather Channel.
That's right.
But they're not allowing, he had to actually sue because he couldn't get commercials like McDonald's and all of that on there. They weren't letting him in the door. He actually had to sue. So, here's the thing, what I'm gonna say about us. We could create all of that, right? Mm-hmm. It's not impossible to say we can't create it. The part about it is if we do not own the railway or the power to push it, it's never going to go anywhere. Because
it's never ours. We never own it. They can do what they want.
Yep. And like you said, in order for us to get a satellite up, we have to get a satellite up in the air, right? Mm-hmm. Black people. Right. We'd have to get a satellite in the air. That shit, they would shoot down the fucking shuttle before they let it make it. Come on.
Exactly. And shit like that costs billions.
Mars trying to build shit. You know? If that's true, they like, okay, y'all can have the Earth. We're going elsewhere to go see if we can make it elsewhere. You know what I mean? So I agree with you on that one, big dog.
I'm watching his podcast. Whatever his podcast is, I gotta tune in.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, I didn't hear y'all both were talking at the same time. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, whatever his podcast is, I'm tuning in. Y'all gotta let me know what his podcast is. I'm tuning in.
About Big Homie Madman. Yeah. He has a radio station. His radio station is UNG Radio Station. Y'all can look him up on all the platforms.
I'm tuning in, brother.
Yes. Big Homie Madman, put your link in the comment section. But I'm sorry, what were you just saying? Because I didn't hear you because y'all both were talking.
What were who saying, me or Ray?
You.
I was agreeing with Ray, you know what I mean? They on a whole different level compared to, we down here dealing with this, it's true, but they got people up, and like Lotto said, the satellite game. Yes. They'll shoot us down. One of Ray or Lotto said something about they would shoot us down before we could get up there right now. Because they don't want us to see what they got going on up there in the satellites. You know what I'm saying? If they really have figured out how we can have life on Mars or Jupiter or wherever, they'll go out there and try to build some more stuff and get people to start living there. Only millionaires and billionaires are going to be able to get there. And this is like a million year, 1,000-year plan or whatever. You know what I mean? So, but the main fact is, from this day forward, it's all about solutions. You
Absolutely.
Let's come with a solution for everything.
I want to respond to a comment too when we get the chance.
Go ahead, please, right now.
Tanya said that they didn't stop Oprah Winfrey, and I got
she clicked up with them.
But I'm about to say, Winfrey done. What did she do?
She giving away cars.
And when you look at that audience, right? When she gave away cars, who was mostly in the audience?
Yeah, listen, and if it was any black motherfuckers, them shit had trackers on them. Best believe.
Yeah, take it.
I'm not saying if Oprah Winfrey didn't make it, right? She did a great job. She was one of the first black female billionaires, right? But she had to sell herself short. She couldn't reach back to the black community and say, hey, this is who I'm. She brought up I'm not gonna say
Phil, Mr. Phil.
Stedman couldn't reach back to the black community. His balls was fucking reaching.
She brought up Dr. Phil and she brought up Tyler Perry, right? But how did Tyler Perry make it? Tyler Perry had to put on a goddamn dress. Come on.
That wasn't Tyler Perry. That was Oprah.
Hold up. You know, I'm glad you said that. Even though this is kind of like off the Kanye West. I know we said everything Kanye West, but it still all connects to entertainment, right? Because we're talking about creators of something, and that's what this platform is about. But a lot of times, a lot of people want to talk about Tyler Perry putting on a dress, but Tyler Perry wasn't the first, and he won't be the last. No. I'm not. Let me just say, right. I'm not saying that I'm pushing any agenda, right? I watch Tyler Perry. I love Tyler Perry. I love his plays. I love Medea. I think it's funny. But he didn't just do that. The Wayne brothers did it with white chicks. Martin did it with Shanae and his mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jamie Foxx did it. Okay. Chris Rock did it. A lot of these people, they did do it. Now, am I saying that it's I really can't talk against that because I watch those shows. I watch Martin every day. You know that. Right, when I put the TV on, that is the first thing I put on, or I look for the Wayne brothers. Those are my two favorite shows. I don't give a damn. I watch it like I never seen it before. I don't care about the fact that Martin is playing Shanae because I like that character. It's funny to me. So does that mean that I'm like pushing an agenda? Does that mean that Martin is gay? I don't think so.
No, I'm not. It has nothing to do with being gay. We're leaving the gay out the question, right? But why everybody?
Can you leave the question out the gay? Hey.
Cannot take it. These comments are not the what?
From the ground up.
Disclaimer: these are not the views from the ground up productions.
Let me get back to this. All right, I'm gonna say this. When you think of every single one of those people who became famous, right? Mm-hmm. Every single one of them, some way or another, became more famous after they wore a dress.
Really?
Yes. When you look at In Living Color, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know Young Doug is kicking himself in the ass. He wore a dress and they still locked his ass up.
Sometimes when you're doing more than you're supposed to, you got also, not for nothing, Young Thug was doing it for the community too.
What community?
His community. He was helping out. You know, he was feeding people.
Big homie, Matt. How do you feel?
Everybody, listen. Everybody that gets money feeds people, but the whole thing is. The
phone went out. Hello?
Yeah, you
I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can hear you, Ray. Now, what was the question?
Well, you want to finish? All right. So,
go.
Okay. When I was asking, I don't know if you heard what Ray said, but we were saying, we were talking about them putting on a dress. How do you feel like that their careers didn't take off unless they did that? And that's how they basically. So what you're saying is they have to see the black men, basically kind of go to that level of putting on the dress. Otherwise their career don't go to that level. I don't know if I agree with that. I'm not really sure. How do you feel about that?
Well, that's part of the sacrifice. And then part two about that is
this guy's great.
Our money ain't good money. Now, what is money? What is success? Is success $10 million or $100,000 a year? Which one is successful? I don't know what the minimum wage is in New York, but out here in Cali, the most is, I think it's $15.50.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $25,000 to $30,000 a year. So it takes 10 years to make $250,000. So these cats in the industry, acting, athletes, musicians, they're making that in 1 year. All right. And that's a significant amount of income that they can actually level out for 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And they're not managing things correctly. So, you know what I mean? They don't have that street mentality. You know how we used to flip little things to make things bigger to be successful. So they like, oh man, I made $800,000 on this movie. I can make 1.5 if I slap on this dress. All right. Now, not knowing, I'll make a real better example. Mm-hmm. Okay, the music industry is so perfect on raping us. The young black man, I don't know his name, and I love him to death, but he was distracted, and his parents didn't love him enough to tell him not to do it. Who knows the show Everybody Hates Chris?
Yeah, we know
now,
it.
Remember the young man, the main star. He said, we like him. He did a great part. He acted great in that show. And all of a sudden, he got a movie. He started kissing on a man in a movie. Did y'all see that?
No.
No, I didn't see that. Wait. Hold on. Which guy are you talking about from Everybody?
Artist, the
father? The one that plays Chris. Oh, I didn't see that.
They made a great example out of him. Okay, I'm not exactly sure the movie, but you can Google his name and see his movies. He's only acted in 1 or 2 movies in life. All right, and the movie that he was a main star, he kissed a man. He was gay through the movie, and that's not him. I mean, he done it. It's a rap, but you know what I'm saying. That's how they do you. The industry is great at looking at your team. They're like, look at Public Enemy. Okay, Chuck D, we can't break him. We can't break Professor X. Terminator X only speak with his hands. Okay, Flavor Flav, he got a little small problem. Let's go distract Flavor Flav. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? That's how they look at us and distract us. We can get him to put on the dress, even though Flavor didn't do it. But I'm just making an example. They really good at targeting us on, you can look at my camp. I'll put it out there. Big Homie Madman, my younger brother Crooked Eye, my younger brother the Horseshoe Gang. All 5 of us, they like, okay, look, these niggas is vicious. My mother raised some ruthless niggas that's in the music industry that rap. Okay, Madman ain't having that shit. The Horseshoe Gang ain't having that shit. But Crooked Eye, he's after money. So what can we do with Crook? Crooked ain't gonna bend over, but he'll go get the money. You got what I'm saying? And then he'll come back between Crook and some of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, they use
they wanted me to hop these 10 walls to do this. You know what I'm saying? But other artists, they'll do it. I can't hear Lotto, but I sure want to hear what he's saying.
Brother. I'm definitely listening to. I'm definitely feel you, and that's the way the industry worked from the beginning. They always work like that. They've been working like that. Try to put people against each other, try to use what they can use, and suck you in to the thing. I was in this industry young on the East Coast. In the East Coast, I work with Guru from Gangstar. I work with so many people. I can't even name them all, but I was there when MC Mikey D and me was beefing with MC KRS-One when he was beefing with MC Shan. We performed at the roller skating ring. I was a baby. Listen, I was there. Trust me. I was there in some of the beginning stages of hip hop. So I'm trying to tell people, like, I'm not the old school God, but I am there.
Hey, real quick, I want to respond to some of the people like Town Mama, Tanya. They both. When I speak about black men,
Tanya's there. Tanya's trying to come up, Lady Miss. That's Tanya from the show.
Oh, listen, send if Tanya, I'm sorry about that. And so Ray could address. Tanya, you always welcome to pop on if you want, guys. That I sent it to you also, Big Homie Madman. Y'all could come on the screen. If Tanya, you want to come in and speak your piece, I sent the link to Lotto. You can always pull up.
I'm trying to. There ain't no way I could get the link to her without coming out.
I know. All right. Yeah. Here's the thing, and I want to respond to them because what I'm not saying is that this is about a black or white thing, because I know white people put on dresses too, right? But to me,
I ain't never seen a white man in a dress in my life, Ray.
They've done it, right? I'm not saying that, but you got to also remember the industry, right? The industry, from what we hear about it, it's always been that kind of agenda inside there, where men is a lot, where they were saying some men had to do strange things to get that fame.
Something strange for a little change.
So I'm not saying
I kill the whole room, nigga.
I'm not saying that these men were being less artistic or they sold out. I'm not saying that. But you would never get me in a dress for $1. Not one. I don't care how much it is. I'm not putting on a dress. That doesn't make me more of a man than that guy. It's just something I will not do.
Wait, let me just say this real quick before y'all say anything. Tanya, if you do want to come on, I did put the link in the comment section. So yeah, the link is there. I don't see it popping up there. But yeah, the link is in the comment section. You're more than welcome to pull up.
So bring my wife up. Yeah, bring her up.
Back to what I was saying, y'all.
Uh-huh.
If Lotto talking because I can't hear you.
No, he's
go ahead.
Right, but that goes back to what I was saying. If you already blessed and you got $10 million in the bank, you're really not starving for money. You shouldn't have to take a part to sell your soul because it's going to haunt you in 10, 15, 20 years. Your grandkids are going to see it. Oh, man, my daddy wore a dress. You mean to tell my daddy did this? My mama did that? That's horrible. And that kid, it might grow up damaged. Like, well, if they do it, they smoke weed, I can smoke weed. So the negative images that are being put out there need to be a second thought. Basically, we need to make a second thought to certain things. You know what I'm saying? Just don't jump in the fire. Actually think about it before you do it.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's because a lot of these guys were thinking more about the immediate money. You know, that instant, that money that happens right there on the spot, you know, instead of the long term of how it would look long term. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that these guys were less artistic. We're not saying that. And it, to me, white or black, no man.
It didn't come up there.
No man should have to put on a dress to sell a woman's role. You know, that should have been why not give that role to an actual woman that could play it? You know?
Hey, Ray, let me go deeper than that. Who watched the BET Awards this year?
I did.
The BET Hip Hop Awards.
I did.
Okay, no disrespect to the biggest black platform. That was the biggest stage show for us every year. BET Awards is the biggest one, right? They're really pushing this line tough. You got men, they having whole grown men with full beards coming out on stage with dresses performing. They got the most attractive black lady performing that we love. They got male dancers that dress like girls. You know what I'm saying? It's a that they shouldn't be, you know, but then they want to be mad at a person when they say, well, he's a pedophile, he's a rapist, but then you got two gay men raising a son. They confusing a lot of people on the planet Earth with all this stuff that's going on.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, it is, but it's a deep. But you know what?
Unfortunately, though, and I'm sorry, man.
That was the realest conversation. That was the conversation that niggas don't want to have. That's the conversation motherfuckers don't want to have. Everybody want to make, oh no, all this fairy shit ain't right. No.
Fortunately, if you say that, and we I know we getting off the subject.
Cancel me. I've been canceled all my life.
It's not even about. It's not about being canceled. You know, the thing about it is they label you as something you may not. Like right now, I have nothing against gay people, but if I say I'm not putting on a dress, they label me as homophobic.
Cancel you, Ray. Come on with me. You cancel with me. Come on with the cancel crowd.
I don't have nothing for them to cancel.
But the big people do. And that's the reason why I said earlier, they scared. They ain't gonna say nothing because, you know what I'm saying? They nervous. They don't want to look. Steve Harvey, a perfect example. When they did that years ago, he kept saying, I'm not gonna say this and say that. Y'all ain't gonna mess up my money for me.
Yeah, they did it to Vivica Fox. I listened to Vivica Fox, man. I don't know if anybody remember. Vivica Fox had a male strip group that she was going around the cities, you know, promoting this male strip.
Oh, she ain't got no jobs now.
Yeah,
the other girl.
Let me just say this, Tanya. The link is there. That StreamYard link. That's the link if you want to come on. I'm sorry for some reason.
She knows. Listen, that other girl though. That other girl ain't got no jobs. Remember, Ari Spears and Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish said she ain't got no jobs now.
No, but let me speak to you on Vivica Fox. Right, Vivica Fox was on the Breakfast Club talking about her male strip group. Right. Mm-hmm. Charlamagne asks her a question about would they strip for other men. Vivica Fox said no, they don't do that. That's not their thing. They canceled her.
Yes, I remember that.
They canceled her. Literally booted her off the whole thing and told her that.
Showing you who's running it.
Yeah.
That's showing you who's running it. If you want him to run it, baby,
Can I speak on that?
Run it.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, big homie, my man.
Hey, I we're talking about because I can barely hear a lot of them. But see, look, I'm in a tough position with that one right there, right? I run a radio station, so I'm in a line of business, right? So there are LGBT activists that want me to interview them all the time. Then you have these singers and rappers that are lesbian and gay. All right. So I'm not in the business of turning artists down. No, you can't come here. Now we're not playing your music because some of our most famous rappers and singers are on the low. Right. So I'm not the judge. So I'm in a situation there. Okay. But I stand for the people. I'm not getting ready to have a man come in my radio station with a dress on. I'm turning them down. I don't care if the community do want to ban me. I'm not having that. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if he's dressed like me, but that's just his preference, then we can make it a go. You get what I'm saying? He's not flirting with me. He's not threatening none of my staff and none of that. He understands. Hey, he's gay, but Madman is not. But we're doing business here. But as far as him coming in the station with the dress on, about to hit my red carpet and all that, no. I'm against all that.
No, I'll be right back. Okay. I just got to step away before something.
Not for nothing, big homie Madman. I'm gonna tell you like this though. If they would actually literally try to come to your platform just so you could get canceled, or so that they can have that conversation and say, hey, look, he's not letting us in. The problem with that is, and I say this, right? Here's what the issue is. It needs to be a conversation about it. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, this is not, and this is where freedom of speech come in. I should be able to say, hey, that is not my preference without you feeling like I'm bashing you. Because, it's the same way when gay people or the LGBT community say about how they feel. They could tell you how they feel about who they want to be with, and we're supposed to accept it, but they can't accept that me saying that's not what I accept, and that's where the issue is. The conversation is lost. We don't have the freedom to say that this is not my preference. That doesn't mean I don't have anything against you. It's just not my preference.
Great point, though.
And that's where the issue is. There's no real conversation about it. Honestly, I don't even think they really want to have a conversation about it, because if you have a conversation with somebody that says, I don't care what you do you? That's your life. Since when did we get out of looking into somebody's bedroom and telling them how to be in their bedroom?
Yeah.
And that's the issue. We right now, I'm gonna tell you, it's getting to a point now, and I said it to Miz, before you know it, it's gonna be taboo to have a male and a female together,
y'all niggas is canceled. You and me, so y'all niggas, y'all gonna be the most canceled motherfuckers. Oh, y'all a straight show? Oh no, get the fuck out of here with that straight shit.
Now, I don't have nothing against it, and I'm gonna say that.
What?
I'm saying it straight up. It's nothing. I have nothing against people what they do in their bedroom. Use what you do in your bedroom. I'm not telling people what I do in my bedroom. Why are you telling me?
Yes, you are, by having that show with Lady Miz.
That's like the new thing.
Well, I mean, not for nothing. You could look at us and say, hey, well, when you look at a heterosexual couple, you know what they're doing in their bedroom, right? But unless somebody tells you, and most times, you don't know what they're doing in their bedroom until they tell you. Especially in that, when it comes to two women or two men, if they don't tell you what they're doing in their bedroom, how do you know what they're doing? How do you know they're gay?
That's a good point. Did y'all read Tanya's message?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yo, Tanya came on. What's she do?
No. She just put a comment there. If I was a man, I could do a shenanay.
Tanya said that.
What I can't do is a P-Valley.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Tanya said that. My Tanya.
Yeah. Your Tanya.
Your Tanya, Lotto. Your Tanya.
Listen,
Yo, what's in that record?
Tanya might be.
This is from the ground up, not drink champs.
Yeah, look at his eyes,
Look at him over there.
Yo. I want to say this.
From the ground up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yo, I love. Could you tell him, because I don't think he can hear me. Could you tell him I love what he said, and I'm gonna follow him. Just tell him, because I don't think he can hear me.
Did you hear him, big homie, Madman, or no?
Yep, I can hear you.
He heard you. He heard you. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I know I'm low on his end or whatever. So I'm trying to speak loud, but listen, West Coast music. Let me tell you something about West Coast music. West Coast music changed my West Coast music changed my life. The day Snoop came and performed, no, not Snoop. Let me take it back. The day Ice Cube came and performed and said, before this, it changed my life. But I'm just telling you a concert I was at where Ice Cube performed in New York, and I was there, and he said, yo, everybody say, fuck you, Ice Cube. Niggas was like, fuck you, Ice Cube. It's the nigga you love to hate. Yo, I'm telling you, nobody never said fuck you to an artist they love before that.
I can't say your Lotto. It's crazy.
Listen, I'm giving you some West Coast shit. West Coast shit. The beats, that shit changed hip hop for the better. Trust me. Yo, them niggas. Listen, I'm a fucking rap addict, nigga. Them niggas was musical about they shit. The bass lines and all that shit.
Shit. So this is how it works on drink chairs. I see now. I see why they do what they do. Don't lie, you crazy. He said, so now, Big Homie Madman, he wanted to reply to that. So go ahead, Big Homie.
Yeah. All right. So check this out. He got a good point. Now, the East Coast, man, y'all helped us out a lot because if you notice, California, we was rocking hard Black Panther from Bobby Seals, the Oakland Black Panthers, the Crips and Bloods really wasn't red and blue, cripping and blood and killing each other. We were protecting the community. Then all of a sudden, the demon came in and distracted us and had us start doing other things, right? So we were off track. So if you listen to the music that we had, it was gangster. It was gang banging, and it was, killing out more blacks. I kill a nigga, all that. But then my niggas from the east, like the KRS-One, Chuck D, Melly Mel, they opening their eyes. Hey, y'all, broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the stairs. Yeah. We're opening our eyes up again. So in the South, the Midwest, the whole black community started opening up the eyes, and everybody started doing this conscious music. So the industry was like, yo, wait a minute, freeze. We got too many conscious black kids running around here. And locking people up and killing people is big business in America. We can't have that. We losing money on locking niggas up in penitentiaries and getting free labor out of them and getting organs and shit. These niggas is conscious. Let's distract them and give them what they really want, which is money. Because most of the average young black person that got money is
got no fucking money.
Give an average kid from Tallahassee $2.5 million. He gonna go buy a Bentley, a big chain, F off a lot of it in the club.
Yeah, because he don't know what to put it in.
Yeah. And now he's broke again, and he's looking for his next payment from the company. So, I give the East Coast big props. Y'all opened up a lot of eyes to help us out, and now we got to continue in line where that's what it's. Now the platforms is back. That's what we all about right now, y'all. Opening up eyes.
I love that. And what I really like most of all, and this is for the world to freaking see. You see right now what you see here on From the Ground Up Productions. You see us as, entertainers, creators, black people, different coasts coming together. They try to say that that's impossible, that we don't do that. But you see right now, we already have a relationship with Big Homie Madman, but I love the fact that Lotto was like, I love what you're saying, brother. I'm going to follow you and stay in tune with you. And Big Homie Madman is definitely giving his props to Lotto. And this is what I'm talking about, because our platform is made just strictly for that also, to bring people together. And we're going to really change the narrative of what's out there on how we can't work together, how we can't do things together and uplift one another and support each other. So I love what I'm hearing right now. I think that that's an amazing thing. So definitely make sure y'all keep up, you know what I'm saying? And make, because I'm gonna be watching, like, did y'all contact each other? Because
no. Listen. I'm a worldwide nigga anyway. Listen, I'm into my West Coast niggas. It don't even matter where you from, South, West, don't even matter. But listen, the West Coast niggas, trust me, They changed the face of hip hop. I know this shit. I'm in New York, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in New York. The time, listen, I'm selling crack. The time when Snoop Dogg is when Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg is at that top, I'm selling crack that time, and I know they had an impact on New York. I know that. That's why Snoop said East Coast ain't got love for Snoop because the first time he came, niggas was gangsters was doing cartwheels, nigga.
I can't take it.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. Listen, that's why he said it like that. Listen, I knew why he said it like that. He said, "You gonna tell me the East Coast and they ain't got love for Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre? Well, let it be known then." Because he know.
I remember that.
Listen, before him, Ice Cube, that nigga came out here and he took off his hat and he didn't have his Jerry curl no more. Niggas went crazy.
Yeah, real talk, Lotto. When the East Coast and the West Coast was beefing, who do you think made the most money?
Nigga, the white man.
Yeah, exactly. There wasn't.
I had to drop the bomb for that one. We weren't making no money off of that, bro. And even to this day, when you see all these kids out here dying, some of these kids don't even make it to. They might be locally famous, and we might see them in blogs and some of the
like the homie Tretch said from Naughty by Nature. This is my nigga Tretch. Listen, he said niggas don't even read magazine. All they see was East West Coast war.
No,
and he was right.
I'm talking about now. What I'm saying is now, right? When you look at it, when these kids are dying, they're not even getting to that status yet. And because they realize, even with these kids, even if with the way social media is, when these kids die, they still make money. They don't even have to.
You talking about the insurance policies they got on them and shit like that?
These kids don't even have to be around long enough for them to make money anymore.
Yeah, wouldn't you if you're a Ku Klux Klan family member and you was taught to do that shit? Listen, these niggas is taught to do this shit. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Fuck all that Kanye and Noriega gotta be correct shit.
Let me ask a question though, because we also got to look at this, right? When these guys walk into the radio station, right? When they walk into these record labels, they got to look at what, you looking at a guy sitting behind a desk tell you, yo, get out there and talk shit to a guy that might shoot you, and vice versa. And you hearing this from a man sitting behind a desk that don't have to deal with it, and you take that on? What's wrong with that shit?
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Back in my day, I had to deal with some shit too. Listen, as I told you, my history, I don't know if people was listening, but if you wasn't, listen, I was on a lot of songs with a lot of famous people. And listen, I ain't never sell my soul. You hear me? Listen.
Let me ask you, Lotto, real quick. And you don't have to answer this if you don't want to.
No, I'm going to answer it.
Is there any situation in you coming up in the industry? You've been around a lot of the industry people. Is there any situation that stands out to you the most that make me say you don't want to be? And would you mind sharing that with us?
No, it's a situation where somebody told me. Listen, I'm not gonna say the person, but somebody told me that if you come here with me and agree, you will never be broke again. And I said, what I gotta do? And they said, you gotta go through it to see it. And I said, well, I can't make that decision unless I know what I gotta do. I gotta know what I gotta do first.
Yep.
And then that was it. That was the end of that. It was a couple of more. It was the pushes to the conversation, but no. Listen.
Did you have any personal experience that something happened that make you say, I'm not feeling this? Or was it just things that was said to you?
I had a personal, I told you I had a personal experience with listen, this is why I believe Hassan Campbell. with Africa Bambaataa. You know, me and Mikey D. Mikey D was older than me. He pushed me out the room. I never knew what happened, but you know, I never knew what was going on because I was young. Because he pushed me out the room, and that was furthest I go with these experiences. But I know they exist because I had to look back in my memory, like, yo, I had to ask the niggas, like, yo, what's up? What happened with this shit? I remember this shit when I was young. Flashbacks came.
Yeah,
but listen,
Mikey D for protecting you, yo.
What'd you say, Ray?
Mikey D, he looked out for you. He kept you out of the bullshit, you know?
Yeah, listen. No, we would have stabbed anybody. Listen, listen, I was not that type of kid. I was not like that type of kid you could play with. Listen, I bailed that nigga out of jail. Nigga with drug money I was getting. Nigga at the time. Fucking sorry, the fucking statute of limitations is over with. So whatever. Whoever want to listen and use this against me.
What? No.
Let me tell you something.
Down like they did with
this ain't black.
Ms. Ray, let me tell you something. I always been a hustler. Yo, Mikey D will tell you. Listen, if I want to, that's another story about my life. You want to talk about hustling? Let's talk about it. You want to talk about music? If you want to talk about bitches I fucked, there was famous R&B singers because I had bread. I was hustling too, nigga. Nigga, I got some stories that too. If I really want to you Miz, Ray, you never heard me talk about it, right?
Nope.
You know why? Don't need to be talked about. Let's talk about the real shit. Yeah. But if I ever get desperate, I ain't get desperate yet. I'm 50-something years old. I ain't get desperate yet.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel you. All right.
You know why? That's somebody's daughter. That's somebody. Huh?
I said you was making me nervous. I was like, what is he going to say? What is he going to say? I'm getting scared.
Tell mama said, get back to it. Freedom of speech.
Yeah. Listen.
We went left on this, huh?
Nah, I love y'all. Look, I love y'all.
Expressing themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
We love you too, Lotto. You know what? And big shout out to Lotto. Just so y'all know, and we don't really we deal with a lot of people, but inviting somebody into our immediate circle, I'm gonna keep it real, we don't do that as much because we like to keep all the drama, you know what I'm saying, out of our life. And Lotto definitely is a brother that we definitely, we connect with. We love his vibe, his attitude. He's a real brother. You understand what I'm saying? So, even like we know we see him, we over there drinking the shit, but one thing about him is he keeps it real. He's official. I feel from what I know, he comes off to me like a loyal person, and I'm not
super loyal. Yo, fuck that. That is it. Listen. If you're not loyal, you ain't yo. Listen, I don't even want to say it. Forget it. Go ahead.
Tanya agrees. She said yes, he is. You know what I mean? And definitely want to shout out to you because not only that, for those who don't know, if you're tuning in, Lotto is a dope artist. So make sure y'all check him out. He got his music on all the platforms. You know what I mean? And he got music with a lot of people in the industry already. You know what I mean? So y'all could definitely look that up. But not even just to be on them, just on him as an artist. When I first seen him perform, I was like, oh shit, this brother's dope. You know what I mean? So for me, I've always kind of like watched him from there and seen that he's always been about his business, come through, perform, all of that. So if you're not already, make sure y'all guys go over and follow him on all his platforms. And it's Lotto.
La Picasso.
La Picasso, yes, because I'm saying Lotto for sure. Definitely.
Listen.
Picasso.
Everybody been calling me Lotto forever. So, and now this bitch, look, I'm Charleston White. Now this bitch gonna come with T.I.
Nah, so anyway, so do y'all have anything else to say on this Kanye West?
Yeah, I got something to say. What I want to say is,
Wait. Let Big Homie Madman go because he is on the phone. So I always like him to go first so he could say what he got to say. Go ahead, Big Homie Madman.
All right, before I say something about Kanye West, I just wanted to ask a question.
Okay.
So was Akon on the right path when he did his own Acorn or want to build a city? Because
that nigga is
right, and
that nigga is great.
You know, don't even want to go visit the city or even put money behind it, but we want to put money behind Tesla, things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a very powerful move there. And like I say, now, on the West Coast and in the Midwest, it's a lot of open land, and there's acres out there where these rappers who have a $80,000 chain, not knowing. I know you guys travel. If you drive from LA to Vegas, on your way to Vegas, and you look to the right, there'll be a big billboard. It'll say, "This acre is for sale for $9,000." But black people will continue to drive right past it and keep going, not knowing you can actually purchase that acre and put a garage on it that fix cars. Just an example. And now, if you know anything about traveling, when you're on the road, it'll say the next gas station 80 miles. But you got acres in the middle of this shit now. Now you got a garage there to fix cars. So instead of it saying 80 miles, it'll say 40. Now you're generating some money right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
absolutely. See, that's why we love you, Big Homie Madman. And that's what I'm talking about the knowledge that's being dropped, and the value that you're bringing right now. Because a lot of people don't think about ownership or ways to create some type of wealth or generational wealth. So that, to me, I didn't even think about something like that. But that's dope.
Yeah, it's there. Really why I said the Akon thing, because I know he got liquid money, and a lot of people don't know the difference between the paper money, the coin money, the wallet, the digital, all these different type of money. So we're gonna have to educate ourselves on the different money. Now, let's just say I went and bought a 10-acre. That's a lot, but it's not a lot. All right. I can actually put a garage on there. I can put a little corner store. I can put a store, a garage. I can put several units right there, right?
Yeah.
And I can call that little acre black area, just making an example. Now when people traveling to wherever they're traveling and they see that, oh, black area is in the next 40 miles. And when they get there, they see it. This is all black owned. This guy's doing this. So they'll pull in to get their gas or get their tire fixed or get something to eat or whatever is there on the property. And now we got all these successful independent entrepreneurs, the Master P's, the babies, the Trina, the Trick, everybody, all these folks that got the money, that's spending money on BS to purchase it. You know what I'm saying? Get your little land, hire your little brokers and your real estate people and your contractors to build. You're buying a house on a land that ain't going nowhere anyway. You're building a house from ground up. You might as well go ahead and get you some acres and put something there and be beneficial.
Yeah.
So when God do take you off the earth, your child can benefit from it, and you give him the game or her the game where it continue to go. That's what people don't understand what generational wealth is. And Kanye got that. So the thing about it is he got it through, I'm not exactly sure what race Kim Kardashian is. All right. But a lot of people don't know Kim Kardashian is legally connected with her daddy. Her daddy was a gangster. He was a lawyer that was getting a lot of organized criminals off cases out here in California. So what they would do was, if they wouldn't go to her daddy, they would go to Johnny Cochran.
Right. I remember.
And I learned this because I was working with a guy named Elijah Asante. He's from Watts, California, and he's a lawyer, and he only would take gangster cases, and they would come to him first because he was dealing with all the gangs, and gangs was making a lot of money in LA, real tough, murder, extortion, theft, you name it. And he would take these cases and he would get these people off these cases, right? But if it was something else that didn't have to do with black folks, he wouldn't take it. So they would go to Kim Kardashian's daddy. And if he didn't get it, they would go to Johnny Cochran. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I sucked up all the game at right then and there, working with Elijah, Black Law Institute. You know what I'm saying? And that's when we used to have these Uhuru Salsa meetings every Friday. We would sit down and talk about the resources that we can benefit from that's been taken from us in America, like acres. Let's just stay on acres for a minute. You know what I mean? Get you an acre. If you in Texas, okay, you know how LA cats be dissing, oh, you from Alabama, y'all country. Man, LA, get off of that. Because it's some boys.
New York, get off it too. That's right.
Yeah, it's some boys in Texas and Alabama. They got cows that's producing some serious finances.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And focus on that. That ain't getting no jail time or no nothing. It ain't harming nobody. It's getting some real serious bread.
Let me say something to that, because it's and I love what you just said, because just remind me on the cows thing. I want to speak on that in the city. But the first thing that I want to address, because I'm so forgetful, is that people think that they don't have the money to buy that land. If they are selling it for like the 9,000 or for whatever in those prices, guys, you have access to that money. If you do your taxes and you get tax money, instead of running out trying to buy materialistic things or things or that
giving your boyfriend a re-up money
or whatever the case may be, you could take your money when you do your taxes, and it's an investment. But it's money. It's not a liability at that point, or just throwing your money away. So sometimes people don't think that they have access to the cash, but they actually do. You just have to think differently when you get that cash in your hand, and don't put it in the areas where it's not going to bring nothing back. Now, the other thing that I wanted to reply to that you stated about the guys that's like in Alabama or whatever, that they got cows producing stuff. It is true, because even when I was young, we would say things like, oh, a country, we ain't trying to go in the country. Look at them, the farm people with their farms and they cows and this and that. And even where I live now, it's an hour away from the city. So it isn't in a suburban area, right? But it would be considered, like, to people in the city, like a country area, the suburbs, right? And people always seem to want to talk about that in a way where it's like something so negative, because we take so much pride in saying we're from the ghetto, we from the hood, we from this and that. And a minute, like, because I got so much to say on this, but it's crazy. But it's like, when I moved from Philly, because I'm originally from Philly, I moved from Philly to Rockland County, which is still considered the suburbs of New York City. Rockland County was about 25 minutes from the city, but people still looked at that as like, really upstate, like far upstate. So when people would say it's not really technically that far upstate, people from the city would be like, nah, yes it is. You ain't from out here. You ain't from but soon as you get money, you trying to come where we at. So I'm not the person that's I always rep. When you hear me, even now, when you hear me speak, I say 845, because I don't allow the place to make me. I feel like I make the place. I don't dick ride nobody. You understand what I'm saying? So no, I'm just keeping it all the way real. So for me, when I look at, why are you laughing? When I look at the people talk about people in the country, they don't understand them people that you're talking about. They got resources that can help them fucking survive, while you're depending on the person that you don't like, your oppressor, to make sure you get your food or your water or whatever the case may be. They are in a place where they can create their own. And if we have to get out of the mindset of taking too much pride. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the city. I love the city, you know what I mean, to a certain extent, but I would never live there. I'm gonna keep it real. I like living in the suburbs. And I would always, if I could, live in the suburbs. But I'm just saying, overall, right? Overall, at the end of the day, we have to get out of that mentality of shitting on people from the South, from the country, and making fun of it like it's a bad thing. You really should be learning from these people, learning how do you take care of these animals? How do you produce food? How do you do this, that, and the third? Because the minute that somebody, just like they do with social media, decides that your ass ain't going to eat no more, how you going to feed yourself? Do you know how to grow your own food? Do you know how to do all of that shit? You understand what I'm saying? So we should be trying to focus on the things that help us survival, because that's what it's about. So I really love what you just said right there. It's a great, great point. Thank you for that.
I've been licking bitches' pussies in the farm for years.
Every traffic light, get away with some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna speak on something you said about Akon, right? Because a lot of people don't know. Akon got a lot of money because where he's at now, and I forgot the country he's in. he was the one that helped get electricity there.
Right. Yes, he sure did.
Yep. So when you think about the power you have that when you take your money and put it in the right places. And that's what he did. He went like, we're going to build electricity in Africa in places that don't have it. Mm-hmm. And if these artists today took that same mentality and said, hey, I came from so-and-so in the hood, let me clean it up and get these kids, give them, and then we're not saying, because unfortunately, I don't want to say.
Ray talking shit. Miz would be like, where you taking our light bill to?
Nah. I'm gonna tell you now, we not like that, yo. We all about, if I had the money, and this is probably why we'll never get to that. And I don't want to stigmatize us to say that, because we understand that with what building something in your community can do. We could understand the change when you take and invest in the community.
That's right.
And a lot of people
why I make a joke?
Far. They won't let people like us get that far because they know we can change a mentality.
Let me tell you something. I feel you to a certain extent, but I'm never going to claim that shit. See, because I feel like I'm never going to speak that into existence. They will never get the power. I'm just saying for me.
Right. I get what you're saying.
I'm never going to give them the power to say you can never. You're not going to stop me. You understand what I'm saying? If I want to do, all I have to do is just build with the right people. Sometimes I understand that it takes more than just me, So if I find the same people who think like I think and want to do the things that I do, I feel that we'll be unstoppable, So the people, all of us have to understand that we have the freaking power. You ever see that meme where it shows like this board that people are standing on and they got like 2 people on the board and they got a whole bunch of people that's standing on one side. So if they get off, the 2 people fall off. This is the things that people have to look at when it comes to the freaking society and the way that the world is. The people at the top, they do have the control when it comes to the finances and money, but they really don't have the control like we think they do. The control that they have over us is mental, and that is more powerful than anything else. And if you could break free from that, then you could really take over the shit. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question though. Would you be willing to die for it?
Would I be willing to die for it? I don't know. It all depends. It all depends. Well, let me just say this. It all depends. And let me say this, with some people ain't gonna like it. It all depends on who and what the
It don't depend. Listen, it don't depend on nothing. Listen,
it does depend. I'm not dying for it. Let me just say this. If it's all of us that's fighting for a meaningful thing, yes. If it's for a bunch of niggas that's gonna stab me in the back anyway, hell to the no. So it all depends on who the hell we fighting for. And I'm gonna tell you, that's my opinion.
Here's a difference. With it. I'm gonna tell you why. There's no such thing in dying for it.
You said there's no such thing?
No, you got to be willing to kill for it. And
that's deep.
Because if you're dying, the power's
going. That's deep, nigga. Because I'd have killed your ass a long time ago, Ray.
The power's going. And we'll can use Malcolm X and Martin Luther King as the example. If people were willing to kill for them, or they were willing to kill, it would be different. They died for a cause. And then listen to hear me out. Okay. And then as you said that, right? You say that they died may have been in vain, right?
I feel that. That's my opinion.
The way I feel about it is I'm willing to kill for it. If you're gonna come for me to kill me because you think what me doing is gonna make change, then you have to be willing to understand that I will kill you for it. Because that's how important change is. The difference is those people aren't willing to die for it, but they willing to kill for it.
Exactly.
That's deep. Okay, I like that. That's a good one.
Sounds like the Muslim term. They will kill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
and that's straight from the nigga that can kill you.
I cannot take it. Boucher, you hear him over here?
Yeah, I can hear him.
He is too funny.
Hey, yo, I ain't never been against Ray. I know Ray dangerous.
That's why we call it the silent assassin. You know what I'm saying? you know what? I gotta respect that, because at the end of the day, you know why I always respect Ray, because a lot of the times people are out here fighting on the street, killing each other, right? But he was actually fighting for this country. Okay, you know what I mean? So big up to him and all the other veterans, you know, that actually did that. You understand what I'm saying? Because what he's saying is what he was willing to do, and I don't want to say he had to do, because I don't want to speak for you and put stuff out there. But yeah, you speak for yourself.
I'm gonna say it like this: me as a black man, right? And I've seen it. We've seen the history of black men fighting for this country who come home and they demonized for fighting for this country, right? Or gotten less. If I am willing to fight for something that I'm not even involved in, it won't even matter whether I'm dying or not for it, because it won't benefit me. What do you think I will do for what does?
Good point.
That's it.
There you go. There you go. Deep, 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 deep. But very true. Very, very true. So damn, I don't know. I think we all y'all got everything out?
I'm on the passenger side, just catching a ride.
Huh?
I'm riding shotgun.
Oh, okay, all right. No, listen, I think I don't know. Or y'all got anything else to say? You done? Lotto, big homie, y'all got anything else? Any final words?
Right here.
Shut it down.
Right here the whole time.
He is hilarious. I love it. Again, I want to remind y'all.
I'll go last.
Okay, all right. So Lotto, you go ahead. You go first. Any final words that you want to say before we get up out of here?
I want to say you want to be starting something. You got to be starting something. Kanye got to be starting something. And else he wouldn't be starting something.
What the hell?
Yo,
okay.
I'm gonna tell you now. Our audience wants to know what's in that glass because they want some of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell them. It's the Ray, you know what she put in your glass, Ray? She put the same thing.
Well, I guess that was La Picasso's final words. They over there laughing in the comments, okay? So, big homie Madman, you go ahead now. What is your final words before we get up out of here?
All right. I wasn't exactly sure what the title was because I came in the middle of the show, but I understand y'all were talking about Kanye West, right?
Yes.
All right. Now,
okay.
Sorry about that. When I came in, the first thing clicked in my mind. I think Tanya, I was reading Tanya's comments or somebody, Tacoma, Tuma, something. But anyway, the Kanye West situation is bigger than we really thinking. The man is a billionaire, and I seen him on the Drink Champs show, and he made, like Ray said earlier in the conversation, he's not stupid. He's very intelligent. He just make a few mistakes because he's surrounded by certain sacrificial people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't, like Lotto said, you can't be dissing the Jews because a few minutes will go by and they'll cancel you, right?
That's
so
right.
a man in his caliber, he has to be careful about what he does. And then they also probably slipped his medicine on him to make him think that he's crazy, or let us think that he's crazy. Because that's how I came in the show. When I came in the show, first thing hit my mind is they always target a successful black man or woman or person of color to downgrade them, so the youth, our people will think, oh, that nigga crazy, or she's crazy, he's crazy. Instead of saying, if you buy a brand new car, you catch a flat, you don't get rid of the car, you just get the tire fixed. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, Kanye West, like I said earlier in the conversation, what I said, he might only need a real person that really loves him and say, hey, you only need to speak for 5 minutes, and after that, shut it down. That way, everything that he says in the public's eyes will always be on point. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I got to say about Kanye. But what I want to say about from the ground up, okay? Me and you guys in the same boat. We got a powerful platform with powerful word. Believe it or not, the big folks is watching. The little people are too, and the people in between. They love what we're doing. It's just that some of us are scared. They don't want to say too much or comment because they are afraid to lose their blessings. You know what I'm saying? If the big folks start commenting or want to chime in or call in, then they're people that's feeding them the bag, like you said, Miz. You know, they don't want to say too many things because they're not going to eat from being right. They'd rather go ahead and push the negative to get the big money. I might not have worded that right, but I think y'all get the point.
No, I got it. I got it.
You know, and so what we got to do is just keep pushing what we're doing. All our numbers are real. At least the people that follow us, I basically can tell you I done met everybody hands on just about. It might be 1,000 out there that I haven't met. But my little 5,000 people that follow me, I actually didn't work with 4,000 of them. So none of this shit is fake. It's all real.
That's right.
And things like that. You know what I'm saying? So from the ground up, you know what I'm saying? From the pyramids to the projects, whatever you want to call it, you guys are doing a great job. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah,
keep doing what you're doing. Y'all spreading that knowledge and y'all sharing this platform, and it's making a lot of people come together. In due time, it's gonna go where it needs to go. Really don't need a deal, because as it grows, it's gonna reach out on its own. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Let's just keep working. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all, you know, sharing your platform with us. Let me get on and talk, share my opinion. You know what I mean? If I offended anybody out there that's listening in the world, deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But on another level, the ones that's riding with me, check me out. You know what I'm saying? I ride hard. You know what I mean? And let's just make it happen. Let's get together and let's work, y'all.
Absolutely. Listen, we appreciate you so much, and thank you so much for the love that you always give and share. And guys, make sure y'all follow him, UNG Radio. Look him up. He's on all platforms, and you see how he is and what he's about and what he's saying. So you know that you're going to get nothing but great value and nothing but the real when you go tap into his show. So make sure you guys do that. We appreciate you so much, and thank you. You had something?
Yeah, just not for nothing, because we one of those people he met when we came out to California. He gave us mad love, yo.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know? That's right.
So this ain't a conversation of somebody that's on the West Coast we never actually hung out with. So this the real, yo.
Appreciate that, OG. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all need from me, let me know. I'm giving my best to contribute to the game, all right?
Okay. Tanya says she's on the West Coast and she needs your link.
Tanya Johnson.
Yes, Tanya Johnson. She said,
where's she at on the West Coast?
I believe she's in Vegas, right? You're in Vegas, right, Tanya?
Yep.
Yeah, she's in Vegas.
Yeah, she's in Vegas. Yes. So she's in Vegas.
All she got to do is jump on the 15 freeway and drive down to LA and come see me at the radio station. Let's make it happen.
You already know, and we coming back out there too. So you know we coming to check you in. You know we got to do something together, but we gonna talk to you about that. You know. Behind the scenes, but definitely we got to get together and do some stuff. I appreciate y'all so much, and everybody for tuning in. Thank y'all so much. If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that like button wherever you're watching us. Hit the notification button and share this live. That's how you support us, because it reaches other people that we can't reach. And don't forget that we have other shows too that we will soon be up and airing very soon. So look out for that. And me and Lotto got joints together. And we still producing, music and all that. But we have so much other stuff. And I want to let y'all know we are going to be doing films and things like that as well too. So Lotto and us, we came together with his boy PK. We're going to be shooting short films and try to get into the little music thing. I'm about
to say, don't say little music thing.
Yeah, the movie thing, right? The movie thing. We're going to,
I want to ask y'all one question before you leave, Lady Miss.
Okay.
It's pertaining to what y'all said today, because didn't nobody answer me when I asked earlier in the show. I don't mean to cut nobody up, but it's important.
No, it's okay.
What is the bag?
You
got a microwave and 2 pair of shoes, a car, you're not on the bus, you really got the bag. Remember earlier when we were talking about the dresses and people wearing the dresses and all that kind of stuff?
Okay.
Yeah, the main point I'm trying to make is, you know what I'm saying? If you're already financially stable, you don't have to sell your soul to take certain.
So wait. Let me make sure. Let me. Hold on. What happened? Hold on 1 second. I don't know what just happened, but he got to fix it. Okay. Can you hear me, big homie, Madman?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, so are you asking what is the bag as far as what is like being successful and getting to that money? I just want to make sure I understand your question clearly.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you perfect. Now I was asking, yes, I was like, you know, a lot of people don't understand what the bag is. Some of our people are thinking that you have to have so much dollar or some amount of dollars to be validated. So I'm like, if you got a job, your kids are healthy, you're healthy, you got a car, you not have to catch the train every day, you got 2 pair of pants, you sort of have the bag. You just don't have the $1 million bag. You know what I'm saying? And that keeps us grounded to the point to where if you're already financially stable, you should not have to be approached to wear a dress or sell your soul for any other subject matter that is to take apart. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Oh, well, let me answer. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, please answer. I want to hear it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm gonna answer that. Ray had to step away real quick. When he come back, we could, and then Lotto, if you want to answer it, but I'll go in first. The first thing I want to say is, it is true, right? Saying those things that you mentioned are, you know, I guess it's easy for anybody to get, but it's also, hey, listen, you got to be grateful and appreciate what you have in order for you to be blessed with more. But when you're living in the times that we live in now, when radio, television, and everything is advertised of materialistic things, and this is what success look like, and this is what it is. If you are looking at this every day, having the sneakers, the microwave, or all the things, yeah, you got that, right? But it's not enough. It's not enough to some people, because again, they're looking at other people like they're doing better than them. So when we talk about certain things like that, people we live in a time where people are in a competition to try to outdo one another, rather than saying, you know what, I want to thank God for the things that he blessed me with that I have right now. I seen people who have way less and that are way happier. People want to get to the bag, but some of those bags come with a lot of bullshit too. I just want to make that statement. It don't come with always happiness. If it did, then Whitney Houston would have been happy, Michael Jackson would have been happy. And I'm not trying to say it as if they were miserable, but if you look at a lot of people who had the bag, probably the biggest bag, a lot of them still wasn't happy because they was in an industry that they realized was so freaking messed up, right? So that bag is just like, okay, it's what society told you. It's the narrative that is being pushed. Like, society said that this is what it is. This is what makes you look successful, and everybody run around and they try to do that. For me, I'm gonna tell you like this. No, we are not rich. Okay, some people might be thinking we are not. Okay, what y'all see and what people see from us, because I had people tell me be careful, because you better be careful. People gonna try to rob you. You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, I believe it. But what I be like, damn, why would you be mad at me because I chose to take the money that I have and spend it on property, spend it on the things that I want, spend it on the things that I like. I'm not in the club every day popping bottles, wasting my money on $500 bottles just to prove to the next person over there that I'm living it up. I'm not spending my money on cigarettes. I'm not spending my money on things that I don't feel can bring me back money. So I choose to put my money in places where I feel it's going to benefit me. And then at times I might splurge a little bit here and there. But the thing is, no, you can't tell me or sell me anything because I'm not starving. A lot of people think they're starving, but they're not. Okay? There are real people that are homeless that are really starving. Some people are not starving, but they want so much more because they are not happy with what they got. And that's why you get people in certain predicaments. That's my take on it. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, for me, I already understand that it will be harder for me. Okay. It will be harder for me to get to what other people see certain levels is, because I'm not selling my soul. I'm not pushing the narrative that they want people to hear and stuff like that. It's not going to be easy. And I'm okay with that. Because guess what? If I could still eat and I could still do what I do like I'm doing it, you understand? I'm good, you know? So that's my take. I know it was kind of long, but that's my take on it.
No, it was a great outro.
Thank you. I don't know what happened to Lotto. We lost him. But
that outro was fabulous.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Ray, I don't know, Big Homie Madman, you want to ask him or you want me to reiterate what you said so he can answer?
I mean, I don't want to go to it. I know y'all ready to shut down, but that right there was that was the outtake. I love it.
Yeah, let's leave it on the high.
All right. Okay. Lotto is there. I don't know what happened. Okay. All right. So we're gonna get up out of here. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see what's happening. Yeah, we're gonna get up out of here. Again, make sure y'all follow Big Homie Madman, UNG Radio. Make sure y'all follow Lotto, and make sure y'all follow us. Well, you should be if you're already here, but you might not be. But we appreciate everybody for tuning in, and we will see y'all next week. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. Peace, y'all.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
We still here.
Yeah.
It's coming. Yep. The outro is coming.
We hope you enjoyed your time with From the Ground Up Productions. We'll see you next time. Be sure to add our channel to your Roku list and listen to us on all streaming platforms. From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.